landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Welcome to this stream. It is Friday, June 20th, which, I don't know, man. There's a lot going on this year. I don't know how to interpret or deal with the fact that it's like almost July. That's pretty crazy. We've not hit 100 here. I don't think we have. Certainly not for like a sustained period of time. I don't remember what percentage of last year's summer in Florida hit 100 degrees. It did feel like it was a surprisingly non-humid summer, although perhaps part of that was just the sky getting it all out of its system really angrily during like a I don't know if it was truly a record-breaking hurricane, but Hurricane Milton sure did some relatively unprecedented and certainly rare things, which were not my favorite things. On a somewhat related note, just like a giant branch fell out of the tree in front of my house today. Like I went out to take the garbage can back from the curb because it started raining. I didn't want it to accumulate rain. I still had to dump it out, which is stupid. But like there was no branch. And then like I went in and like took a shower and then like just looked outside and there was a huge branch. Like big old dead branch that looks like it came from fall, the season. And I don't know, maybe there's some time travel afoot. We are playing Old Skies again tonight. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, it's like technically summer now. We all know it's been summer because anyone who says that June isn't summer is a criminal who should be hunted down by the state or something. That's not a funny joke in 2025, but like you're objectively wrong. You know that, yeah, I cleared the house. It just like, I didn't see it or hear it happen, but it sure looks like it just went like chunk, just like straight down from, I don't know. It's a big tree. If you look up at the tree, you face a sanity check, much like Darkest Dungeon. But also, you'll sometimes notice that there are portions of it that are kind of just like dead, but still up there. It's a weird big tree. So two people you know had that happen. So wait, I don't know. That's an interesting occurrence. That's slightly less common, I think, than people sort of experiencing a temperature spike in late June, because you know, like now we're in the formal summer territory, and like yeah, you do sort of expect that at a certain point, whether you like it or not, because it is 2025. The high temperatures you reach when the temperatures get high are exceptionally unpleasant just about everywhere. No one's happy with that. If only there was some sort of scientific phenomenon that people have been discussing for like 20 some odd years that we could have taken more seriously instead of maximizing profits. Perhaps things would be in a better state. Sometimes I remember that we like fixed a hole in the ozone layer and it gives me comfort, but like we're not really learning lessons, which is a hallmark of just a nightmarish present. Again, talking about time travel. Hey, Critwitch, welcome to the stream. Nice and early. How are you doing this even time? Oh, you had a tree branch land on your backyard playhouse? Dang. And it was just like gone. I presume it was effectively totaled. I'm gonna move to where they barely have summer. I think like high parts of like Canada or like the Netherlands are sort of like that, right? Any place where like they can proudly claim that there are like days where the sun is barely up, that probably counts. Hey, ahoy, anime, welcome to the stream. Hey, so before I get into recap, and feel free to prompt me with any such nonsense you want to discuss, there's a commercial I've been seeing. For some reason, I feel like this year I've been complaining about a lot of commercials I see. I'm getting old. You understand this. And I keep wanting to complain about it, and I forget about it when I'm streaming. But like for some reason, I was really adamant that I remember to complain about it this week. So one of the commercials that I complained about earlier this year was for was Google's Meta? It was like some AI company. I want to say it was, I don't know. No, Google's is Gemini. Maybe it was just like, I don't know. I forget which one it was, which is shocking considering how many times I feel like I saw that commercial. But the commercial was basically just like someone was like, they had a book club and they were like throwing like a meeting for the book club and they had read Moby Dick. And like the commercial was just this person asking AI to like plan the entire party and also like plan things to discuss about the book and like some third thing that like pissed me off. And it was just like, I genuinely don't understand what is this commercial for? Is this commercial saying like don't live your life, let the computer live your life? Like what? Why would I want this service? What does this make me want? Like why do I have a book club if I'm going to ask the computer what to talk about and what to think about it? Like it's maddening. Like that commercial really upsets me. But like there's another AI commercial. It's not nearly as bad, but like this one kind of annoys me, and I feel like the advertising is bad, which I guess is sort of similar because like to me, what a miserable selling point. That's like, don't enjoy your hobbies, ask a computer. Like, just I don't understand. But this one is definitely for like the Facebook Meta glasses. They have like a bunch of technology built into them, and apparently one of the things they can do is that they can like translate live, which like sounds cool, but it's a really short commercial. It's the kind that like plays on like between like ad breaks on YouTube and lasts only like a couple seconds. And so like a guy approaches like a street vendor in some like Spanish speaking country. I get the vibe it might be Mexico, but I don't think they say. And he like approaches the vendor and he's like, okay, like translate. And then there's some sort of like tech chirp, and then like the woman speaks in Spanish, and the AI translates it to like, this is chicken, and then like says some word that isn't translated from Spanish into English. It says some word that still is in Spanish. And the reason this makes me insane is like, that does extremely little to sell me on the value of translating the language. Like I get it, there are words that don't translate, but if you're trying to sell me that the thing translates, use an example where like it makes the context into the language I'm speaking, you know? Like what's the selling point there? It's like stuff you could pick up from context clues, but then the important word, I don't know. Does the word mean roadkill? I assume it doesn't, but because it's not translated, I don't know. It doesn't give me any additional comfort in buying food from the street vendor, is what I'm saying. It's a good thing that you do not watch cable and you're willing to pay to get ad-free on YouTube. I mean, I don't know, man. There's so many things to pay for. And like some ads are genuinely helpful, not nearly as many as I would like to be. And YouTube, I think, is just constantly spiraling downward into getting like worse and worse about like frequency and even quality of ads, if we're being honest with each other. But like, yeah, I don't know. I like it's so hard to like secure like a quality experience from anything. And like streaming services are as lost as they've ever been, and yet they've largely usurped like cable in terms of like making new content. And you know, like all of the like major studios are like pulling back on like funding for everything because the profit always has to go up, which means we can't invest in anything or take any risks. So like I feel like YouTube offers like a greater breadth and even in many like cases like a higher quality of thing that I want to watch. But like, do I want to pay Google money for that? I don't. I've come close. At some point I might. But then like, what am I going to complain about, right? Like, then the universe is just going to put more like collapsing ceilings in my life. And like, that's maybe that's fun for you all, but you have to understand that that sucks for me. So like, I'd rather complain about the bad commercials. And like, to be clear, the complaints in both of these cases, the two I've mentioned here, it's not, oh, grumble, grumble, I have to watch ads because I'm cheap. Because I understand that's the trade-off of being cheap. The point is that the ads are bad. Like, I feel like there's a slightly disingenuous take of like, I don't have to worry about how bad advertising is because I don't watch the ads. Like, nah, like, listen, did you watch that Black Mirror episode from the latest season? Because, like, they're coming for you. You think you can avoid it, but, like, there's always more ads. And the services that didn't have ads are like, maybe we can have some ads as a treat. Like, you're just not going to get away from the ads. That's why you subbed to Nebula. I need to look into Nebula more. It sounds kind of interesting, but like I'm not sure if the saturation is there yet. Streaming literally just became cable. Yeah, but it became cable in like really slow motion, like watching a miserable car crash. Uh oh hey, Cotillion, welcome and thank you for the resub. Hey, how are we doing? I haven't checked this goal in a minute. Are we still at like we hit 50. That's exciting. Oh, didn't like both of those things being up at the same time. Frankly, the thing that the Flareon goal is drawing from just doesn't like showing up on screen at all. The fifth element with ads soon. Yeah. Beep beep. Ah, welcome. It appears my sister is a sheep and she is resub. Thank you kindly. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? Did I see the EV email today? Is that directed to me? Is that because the Pokemon Center store in the US made the life-size, I think, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon available? I did see that. What was interesting is that they released some other Eevee things that I did not see in the email. And it seemed weird to me that they double dipped on like a random Friday. They put like two high profile Eevee releases out and only advertised one of them via the email. The email I do not find to be an exceptionally consistent indicator of knowing what I want is available on the Pokemon Center store. So I just spend a lot of time there. We're halfway through the year of Eevee, and to be honest, I think we've reached a point where like I enjoy the Eevees and they will probably release more Eevee things that I like. But as an Eevee fan, I'm a little exhausted. I won't necessarily be distraught when the year of Eevee ends. It's been a lot. um oh yeah, that's true. I was talking to my parents about this, going back to the streaming thing. I know that Jenny Nicholson complained about this, and when I like heard her story, it made me like really mad. But like, uh, yeah, like some of the streamers, like particularly Paramount Plus, they will like they'll put in ad breaks for like their own like new shows and stuff, but then like they won't consider them ads, so they'll make you watch them even if you like pay for some like ad free tier. So it's like you like pay money to not watch ads and then you're still watching ads. And then like she like literally contacted someone at their customer service and they were like, "Hey, so like I'm seeing ads, but I'm on an ad-free tier." And they're like, "Oh no, those aren't ads." And it's like, what ridiculous thing do you call them? Uh, let's see. Yeah, the sleeping ones are. I think the sleeping Eevee re-releases got like super sold out, right? It's funny they went. I mean, it's. I guess it makes sense because Europe is ahead of us in time zones. But I heard about the UK ones being available like this morning, and I like messaged Neko on the Discord because I thought she would want to know because Espeon was included in them. And then like later found out about uh, the release making it to the US. They often don't happen on the same day in different regions. With the new kitchenware, including the Victory Bell picture. Neko was also very excited about the picture. It's not my cup of tea, literally or figuratively, but like I respect it. Also, thank you for the bits, Demolition. Thank you. Choo choo. Some of the new life size ones are still. Well, the life size ones haven't tended to sell out. Umbreon definitely did. Espeon might have eventually. I mean, like, I guess it's kind of hard to gauge, right? Because like eventually the pre-orders for the life-size ones just like end, and like, is that selling out? My impression is that like, I guess what I'm saying is like when a lot of the Eevee things go on sale, they sell out within like hours. The life-size evolutions are very expensive. And as a result, you need to be dedicated to make those pre-orders. So it took them a good long time to sell out even Umbreon, who's usually gone in 60 seconds. Gonna have to get the Porygon from Japan. So like a few weeks ago, I talked to one of my good friends, and I just like happened to bring up the life-size Flareon. And I wasn't sure what reaction they were going to have to it, but it led them down the rabbit hole of looking at what life-size Pokemon plush exist. And they got really enamored with life-size Psyduck. And like a day or two ago, I found like someone had like posted like a life-size Psyduck appreciation photo on the like Pokemon plush subreddit, and I sent that over to them, and I was like, life-size Psyduck looks pretty good. And then like today we had this like amazing conversation via text that I really appreciated, where they seem to be having a conversation in real time with their wife, trying to like debate the merits of getting a life-size Psyduck. And like part of it included like them saying like, she's saying it's ridiculous to get anything that's life-size. She's arguing that like we should get a life-size ET and then put her in a dress. And I was like, okay, but if you agreed to that, could you have the life-size Psyduck? And then there was like a long pause, and they were like, it turns out that's not the point. And so this negotiation isn't getting us anywhere. It's just like, this is why we're such good friends. And just everything about that brought me joy on what was otherwise a really, really frustrating day. But do you need this? I think I know what this is. Is this life-size Eevee? That's actually the third drop. There was they did the last evolution life-size ones. Then they did the sleeping Umbreon and Espeon. And then they also restocked like life-size Eevee, which like immediately sold out when they first opened those pre-orders. Like before I even like knew it existed, it was sold out. Well, this is the relaxing Eevee plush. I don't know. I've heard some mixed things about those. Everyone seems to really love the soft relaxing friends, but I keep seeing these things that they're like really high maintenance plush. Like they need to be like maintained more carefully than most. It makes me a little nervous, but they're very cute. I don't know what to do about it. I know multiple people have recommended that. Hope the life size comes back in stock. Which life size? Jakey, the Porygon? When was that last on sale? I never have any idea. That was just going ham on the hype train. Thank you for 5 more gift subs. Maybe I shouldn't have brought up the Flareon goal. You get someone in chat finally. It is shocking how readily it will avoid everyone who's in chat. Maybe it's just people who have pets or something. That, you know, that could be it. It could be. Or because people hug them more. It could be that. It could be. Waiting for the Legends ZA Switch 2 bundles. They haven't announced that as a thing, have they? I haven't heard of it, but I feel like you're right that it's likely. I don't know that it's guaranteed, though. I couldn't wait for that because I had been waiting for months to get the Pokemon Legends ZA pre-order that gives you a random sitting cutie, which I have secured. Some people were saying that like you could check your order on your account and it would tell you which one you were going to get. I checked out of curiosity and I was not one of those people. I think most of us in chat already have a sub. That is mathematically true, anime. But there's often when Demolition will like fire a broadside of gift subs out there, it completely misses the figurative enemy ship in this pirate metaphor. 2025 is a great time for gaming. I mean, like, we got blueprints. What do we need? Anything else? Just want the emote I got left on tier 3. Oh, I see. Does that mean you've overshot it now that we're on rank 4? I feel like at some point I left a thread unanswered. Did any further points of order before we get into the time travel adventure game known as Old Skies? Oh, hang on. Oh no, the hype train is just showing off that emotes exist. That's curious. 4 should work. All right, that's good. I think it trickles down, unlike the economy. But yeah, it was a big day for Eevee enjoyers of varying descriptions on the Pokemon Center website. It was a lot. Decisions had to be made. Um, yeah, I do have to say, so because we have like a good start of the stream crowd. So next week it is unlikely I'm streaming either Friday or Saturday. There's like a real slim chance that like maybe I can fit in Friday if I'm really responsible leading up to it, but I don't think that's likely. So like basically traveling to vacation and then the following weekend traveling back from vacation. So there'll be a little bit of a summer break. When we get back, I think the goal is going to be to complete Old Skies in like mid early July if possible, because there is something that comes out in July that needs to be addressed urgently. And if you don't remember what that is, it will be a fun surprise for you when it comes back around. Um, but yeah, so part of that is I've been trying my absolute darndest to like try and proactively address as much as I can at work because my job is kind of like constant churn. It's not like meeting project deadlines, it's just trying to constantly get people to do things that they should do and get them to sort of meet the certain deadlines and things of that nature. And I was doing really well. I was like pretty ahead of like there's a massive influx of stuff that happens every year on like the 2 weeks that I want to take vacation, which is extremely annoying and makes me want to fight the people in our sales department. But like I have been so proactive, like so responsible. I've been like so on top of it. And then my boss sends me this like twice quarterly report of just like absolute hot garbage to do as soon as possible. And I can't tell you how upset I was. Cause like I was fine, I was gonna do it. I was gonna be on top of everything. And she's like, here's just like proverbial dump of work. And I'm just like, I'm so mad at you right now. I'm filled with hate. Okay. The hype train has completed. I have red card dog, maybe? I think that's a dog. That's pretty cute. Watch the Goonies. Oh yeah, so I kind of forgot that our company acknowledges Juneteenth as like a federal holiday now. And so like I didn't make any plans or figure anything out. And then I just had yesterday off and I ended up watching 4 movies. Why did I do this? Unclear. Uh I feel like that will be a better discussion for tomorrow, perhaps. That's all too. Oh, good. You got the last one. The last one was mood. That is a mood. Partner's job is requiring people to meet their thrive goal to get their bonus. Oh, that sounds like dog water. Is the bonus also something that should probably just be part of their compensation and they have to work extra hard for it? Cool. Isn't like corporate America super swell? Watched The Goonies last night. It was a good movie. Had you not seen it before at all? It's actually kind of funny because I almost wore the Goonies shirt I got from a loot crate to stream today. Tried to watch Final Destination until a freak gust of wind blew a tree down in your backyard. That seems like a good indication that you should not watch Final Destination. I feel like a lot of those exist. That also sounds more dramatic than the big flunking dead branch that came off the tree in my front yard. Which, to be clear, I was not complaining about. I just thought it was mildly interesting. My life is boring except when the world is being hostile towards me. And even then, sometimes the hostility is like, here's more work than a human should be expected to do in a fortnight. And now I just get to deal with that for an additional 7 days. I think I might still get done what I'd hoped to do, but like if I do, I will have a very unpleasant entire next week. Uh, Less dramatic than the jet engine failure on Tuesday. Yes, less dramatic than that. I am sorry that that happened. And like that, all the things keep happening to you this year. For those who don't know, which I think is no one. Funny Godmother is my sister. She's very cool and important. And if can I remember the correct command for this? Let's find out together. For the few of you who aren't already following my sister on Twitch, she also streams. She streams on Sundays. So if you follow both of us, you got something to do all weekend long. It always like weirds me out that it says join us in following. It makes it sound like we're like rating right now because it puts a little timer on it, but like it's just you could just go do it. She has a channel. Yeah, Demolition, believe it or not. Let's not talk about the shooter at the mall. Let's not. I didn't hear about that until after one of those 4 movies I watched was about like a serial killer at a mall. But I won't tell you any more about that because we're not talking about it. Anyway, speaking of scenarios where we shouldn't talk about stuff. Welcome back to Old Skies. Old Skies is a time travel adventure game, parentheses, small text of sorts, where we play as Fia Quinn, who is a representative of like a, I don't know, like a second party, like a government corporation. It's a little murky exactly how this thing works. But we work for an organization called ChronoZen. And what they do is they accept money from wealthy people to change things of relative insignificance in the past. Did you have like a meet cute at a party in college and like you wish that you had a chance to pursue that relationship after all? Pay a bunch of money to this company and you can go try it out. You want to avert like a major like cultural event or disaster, you're out of luck. That stuff is locked through some process that is again a little bit unclear, but honestly is described well enough that I'm okay suspending my disbelief. We are currently on November 10th, 2001, because we started a case on September 10th, 2001, last week, and we were trying to help a retired detective solve/prevent the murder of her friend that happened the day before September 11th. And it didn't go super well because it turned out she concealed a bunch of relevant information that painted her and the whole situation in a pretty bad way. And out of an abundance of caution, for once, our company decided to pull the plug on the job. And our client, then decided to literally like assault a police officer so she would get thrown in jail, figuring that she could make a ruckus and like do something to something. The plan was not clear and never really stated. But ultimately, it turns out that our company has a failsafe for this type of situation where they're able to like override what she's saying with something that is acceptable by time travel standards to not rock the boat. So she got to endure 2 months in jail, where she couldn't actually communicate with people beyond like whatever was necessary, while someone from the future monitored her every movement. Super chill and cool. But she did sort of do a bunch of bad stuff, including be a corrupt police officer and conceal the fact that she was like involved with a criminal organization and stuff that she really should have disclosed. So all that being said, we left off pretty much at a point where we were going to wrap the mission, but we had to let her prison sentence play out, so we just jumped ahead to the end of her time, and we're going to go pick her up at prison. And I truly, honest to God, don't have any idea what's going to happen next. I think we're all up to speed. Let's play some Old Skies. I mean, that's fun. A little heavy-handed, but honestly probably pretty legit that in the 2 months since September 11th has happened. Like, a profound amount of, like, patriotic graffiti has appeared in this random alley where a murder happened one time. Although in New York, is there any alley? I wonder if it's possible to compile information on that. Do you think in New York City there is a single alleyway anywhere where a murder hasn't happened? New York City's been around a long time. Did they say if writing got impacted? I don't think we brought it up explicitly, but I feel like it was pretty strongly implied, like, we were covered. I don't know exactly how you would manage that, but, like, again, I don't even think it's terribly generous. I'm just gonna allow that to be suspended via disbelief. Or whatever. The punishment for it is so hilariously overpowered. I mean, my takeaway is less that it's overpowered and more that it is truly an existential nightmare. Like, that's so much worse than being in jail, is just being subjected to that for 2 months. Even, like, outside of jail? Maybe it'd be even worse outside of jail. I don't know. It's really messed up. I do appreciate the attention to detail that, like, culture shifted after 9/11. Okay, let us go to the prison. Oh yeah, one thing I would love to point out is just, I mean, because Demolition is commenting that it feels like we should be dressed warmer for November in New York, and that is probably true. But, like, after we're on the 5th case in this game, every time we travel through time, it feels like we're dressed to be like a teenager from the time period we're in. Does that feel insane to anyone else? We're, like, not that young. We're not, like, extremely old or anything. I feel like Fia's probably meant to be, like, a little younger than I am, or maybe about my age, I don't know. But, like, she should not be hello fellow teens all over the time-space continuum. Okay, so this is the officer our friend assaulted, and by friend I mean jerk client. Ooh, animation loop gone wrong. Oh no, I forgot. I have to advance every text.
Flowers? If so, you can give them to me.
No, that's not why I'm here.
Oh, thank God.
We have 1 or 2 flowers.
I mean, what can I do for you?
Put it about 40. I mean, I'm approaching 40. She strikes me she's meant to be a little under 40, but she might be 40. I'm here for Hannah Tanaka.
I'm here to pick up Hannah Tanaka.
Just to be clear, we are a time traveler, and we should be well informed about a bunch of stuff, and we never are. We're never prepared for anything, which is one of the things that makes this game somewhat frustrating. But I don't think there's a point in history where this is how prison works. Where, like, it's like picking up your kid from daycare or something.
Ooh, a prisoner of yours. She was scheduled to be released today.
Doesn't ring a bell. You sure you got the right place?
She punched you in the mouth and face.
I am sure, yes.
Sorry. Nobody's scheduled to be released today, as far as I know.
Fantastic. That bodes well for us.
You arrested Hannah yourself 2 months ago?
We are a really bad time traveler.
2 months ago? You might as well say last century.
You must remember her. Grey-haired Asian woman?
It's really important to me that you remember this. It's not important to the plot, but I'm not leaving this spot until you acknowledge this woman punched you in the face.
She punched you in the face outside the village eye.
She did what? At where now?
I was a witness. You had quite a nasty shiner.
I'm pretty sure I'd remember something like that.
Does she have a twin? Or did someone else? Is this like Quantum Leap and there's like an evil time traveler? No, wait, we would be the evil time traveler, huh? We keep doing stuff that's not good.
You're probably confusing me with someone else.
That's definitely not true. Go back to your flowers, thank you. What? Our character gets hung up over the weirdest stuff, man. Like, she does not care that every mission she goes in completely blind, having no idea what her goal is or, like, any of the surrounding facts. But, like, she just sees the same woman in 2 adjacent time periods, and she's like, no, no, no. We're basically married, you and I. We're cluster mates? We're roommates?
Are you sure you don't know Hannah Tanaka?
Star Trek does time travel better. Real Star Trek does. They try to do time travel in Star Trek Picard, it didn't go like very good at all. What if they removed her? You mean like our company, Chronozen? Like, I'm pretty sure they would have saved us the trouble of like traveling to a new time period if like we had done it. The game hasn't really established that there is like a straight up like rival company to ours that would like try to undermine our jobs, but like I do think that they have implied that there are other companies that do this.
Pretty sure. Never heard that name before.
Do you know another Hana Tanaka? An officer like yourself?
Like I said, I never heard of that name before.
Do you remember me?
I was wearing the same Doritos shirt.
No, sorry.
Why wouldn't she remember us? Like we were, it's weird.
Normally I'm good with faces, but it's been, well, you know.
Oh, is that all we're getting at? Like that would be fair, I guess, but like with the amount of detail we're giving, I do think it's meant to be suspicious. And it's Tanaka, all one word like Madonna. I think that's right, yeah. It rolls off the tongue real nice.
Can I go inside and ask the desk officer?
The desk officer would be me.
Oh, that's actually really bad news. Not because I don't trust you to do the job, but I figured the reason why this wasn't going well was because we were asking the wrong person.
And like I said, we don't have anyone named Hana Tanaka locked up here.
Or she gave it. Just to be clear, at the end of the last stream, we were present for her being booked and like all of that. So like, even if she was under some sort of assumed name, we should know about it in theory.
If you're the desk officer, why are you out here?
Desk Hobbs.
Someone's gotta pick this stuff up. Damn it, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Jesus. This is the last thing I should be complaining about.
The flowers are a pain.
Taste the pain.
Just forget I said that, okay? The world's gone crazy, I get it. Everyone's looking to us for answers. Problem is, we don't got any.
It's true, you don't seem to know my friend who was arrested for a period of 2 months and is not being released today.
We can't make all this go away, but we can accept some damn flowers. So, that's what we'll do.
It does seem like people have just sort of strewn the flowers about, though. I'm not sure that helps anyone.
Sorry, I don't mean to dump this on a total stranger.
We went to high school together. I'm your child's godmother.
It's been... well, I don't gotta say, do I?
It's all right.
Is it me or is the New York accent getting stronger? I think that was like an actual symptom of the culture after 9/11. The New Yorkers, like, New York intensified. Joey Wheeler from the English Yu-Gi-Oh dub, he was like a role model for everyone.
Thank you, officer. I'll be off now.
Sure. See you around.
Went to high school with a lot of people. That happens when you're a time traveler, kind of. So... Nope, the game made
Did
me
you hear
leave.
all that, Nozzo?
Yeah, I heard.
Are we in the right place?
Double checking right now.
Feels like a good time to double check would be before we spent untold quantities of money to make like a quantum tunnel into 2 months into the future. Because when we left, we were quite sure what we were getting into, and now our friend doesn't exist.
Yeah, there it is. Hana Tanaka. Scheduled for release on November 10th, 2001.
Did she manage to do something despite her weird time punishment that, like, got the guards mad at her, and so they, like, tried to, like, kill her off and cover it up or something?
Did something happen to her while she was in prison? A fight or a heart attack? Anything?
If anything happened, there'd be a record of it. In fact, there's no record of her doing anything at all.
Is that normal?
No. Even model prisoners get something written about them, if only to say they were model prisoners.
Tracker PFE, that's her anti-paradox time bracelet. I don't remember what the letters stand for.
What about her PFE? Can you track that?
Okay, I've seen these stores before. Yeah, we're in the Flintstones district. This is Hanna-Barbera. You know, there's like different areas within New York City. This is the one where the background repeats.
Been trying that since you got there. It's, gone.
Okay, someone definitely time heisted her, which is bad. That sounds bad. Was it the assassin? Did the assassin time heist her?
Gone. That's what I said. Gone.
It seems weird that you didn't proactively bring up that profound problem.
Great. It's Joe Anderson all over again.
I don't think so, because that was intentional on his part, and I do not think that's what happened here.
No. Dr. Anderson only removed his PFE. He didn't disable it. It still gave off a signal. This one is just gone. No signal at all. At least, not in your current win.
Maybe she slipped some tinfoil under it. No one remembers that plot point from Zero Escape? That's fine.
Not in my current when. So her PFE is still active back when I left her.
Yeah, behind a prison cell. For all the good that does us.
Are we gonna get ourselves thrown in prison so we can solve this mystery? That sounds bad.
Are you sure we've got the right prison?
Manhattan Detention Complex. It says so right here.
You saw a lot of internet cafes. They were really big
Besides,
after
you saw her there yourself.
September 11th for reasons.
Maybe she was transferred.
If she was, there's no record of it.
Starbucks a thing then? In 2001? I don't know for sure because I'm not really a coffee person. I feel like it might have existed in like Seattle and places on the West Coast. I don't think it got big for like a few, at least a couple years after that, but I might be wrong.
So, any ideas?
I'm pulling up the specs for the PFE. Maybe they'll tell us what could have caused this.
And me?
Until these ripples stabilize, I can't trust any of my data readings. But you've got eyes on the ground, as it were.
But where would I go?
So you need me to look around. See if there are any other changes?
Yeah, anything that can shed light on what's going on.
Leave him.
Okay. Keep in touch, Noz.
We'll figure this out for you.
This just says they lost their minds about Starbucks in Boston in 1996 on a debate trip. All right, that like clearly predates my understanding of that breaking out to play. Like, I still don't think it was like on the scale it is now until like the mid-aughts or something, but certainly it existed. I think the funniest thing to do would be to immediately try to go to 2 World Trade Center on November 10th, 2001. I'm sure I'll get very close.
That is not exactly possible. Not in this when.
I don't really care about anything in this time frame.
Bit of a sparse crowd, isn't it?
Hey, wait a minute. That lady on the right there, a little to the left of my face, isn't that the neighbor from, like the first Blackwell game? She has that dog and she's like playing music in the park and we have to get her to vouch for our identity because like the world's most insane neighbor says he never saw us, like a recluse who pays to live in the building, and he wouldn't let us into our own apartment building. Interesting.
Not for long. In about an hour, a demonstration protesting the recent Afghan invasion is scheduled to begin. It's probably best if you don't get involved.
Large frame's an impressive view, albeit a view with one notable absence. I don't know what you're referring to. It's normally bustling, but it's unnervingly quiet. Small crowd watches a street performer playing music on some kind of
I have no
flute.
need to bother them.
But there's a reference being made over there. Okay, it looks like this is not the place. Hey, Neko, welcome to the stream. Also suffering from the heat. Looks like summer hit everyone pretty hard, huh? Please chrono shift the sun. Unfortunately, I think it has one of those stupid anti-paradox bracelets on. We were talking about all the various sundry Eevee-related Pokemon Center updates today, so I mentioned that I heard about the UK update even before it hit the US. I guess I could go to her sexy roommate's ex-husband's apartment, because once again this game has given me no direction as to what to do other than to just like try stuff. There's a weird thing that this game does that other adventure games don't, which is that like in a typical adventure game you end up trying a bunch of stuff because you know what to do, but there's some gap between like the solution, albeit because it's like goofy or something you haven't thought of, and like where you're at. Like you're trying to bridge the gap between like, I know I need to be here and I'm here, and like what can I do to get my way over there. In this game, like that starting point of like, I know what I need to do, that's on the far side. And so you just start, you're like, I exist, like what the heck am I doing? Like that's how this game works.
The apartment is empty with a for rent sign on the window. No point in going back there.
Why? Okay. I guess we'll just call them Pablo's. Why tell me that I should go check out what's different if like there's nothing going on mostly everywhere? Maybe just tell me what you think I should do, video game. I guess we'll literally just go to the Village Eye, huh?
She doesn't look interested in talking.
How can you tell? Pretty sure that flag wasn't there before. Yeah, this game is pretty heavily on rails. I think that is fair to say. And like a typical adventure game is fairly linear. I mean, usually in an adventure game of this general sort, the most non-linearity you get is like you'll get like a shopping list of like goals to accomplish before moving on to the next part of the game, and you can do them in whatever order. So like you can solve the puzzles in whatever the most natural order is to you. But like this game, I don't know, it takes it to another level. Will it let me in? Do I have to solve the puzzle again?
Not. Blasted. The code doesn't seem to be working anymore.
They changed the code last week. You don't remember it either.
Apparently not.
Are you new?
Yes.
Yes?
Either you are or you aren't. If you want to work here, you gotta be straightforward. Not that it matters, the code's changed. Dig the hat, by the way. Didn't Rachel wear that in last week's episode?
Okay, I need someone to fact check this. Did Rachel from Friends ever wear this ridiculous rerun hat? I feel like no. I feel like the answer is an extremely hard no. I feel like someone who like doesn't know Friends that well wanted to make a cultural reference, and for some reason I'm upset about it.
Anyway, misery loves company, so if you'd like some of either, I'm here.
Is she a fire hydrant? I think so. Maybe she doesn't want to talk because some like dog already like marked its territory.
Hello again.
What's up?
Tell me the code.
Can anyone let us inside?
Tried calling. Nobody's in. Most of the staff is freelance, and the full-timers rarely stumble in before noon.
So cool.
Lucky us.
So, you work here? At the Village Eye?
Only for a year or two, but this industry has a way of turning you into a grizzled vet fast.
How would you become a veterinarian just by working at a newspaper? Jiggy says he's never seen Friends. I feel like that makes you equally knowledgeable about the show Friends as whoever made the Friends reference earlier.
Wait, no, sorry. I'm supposed to be positive. It's awesome! So chill working here.
I hate this place.
Everyone treats each other great. You totally won't have any gray hairs after just 6 months. There.
Hey, Keem, welcome to the stream.
Not being a team player.
That's not what being a team player is. Being a team player is not just generically stating platitudes into the wind.
Why did they change the code?
The boss has been obsessed with security ever since... well, you know.
People did get kind of weird about that stuff. It was understandable, but like... people got concerned about stuff that, like, was not going to be effective.
Forever to memorize the last one, too.
Well,
Leave her.
Sure. See you around. Oh, I'm Yvonne, by the way.
Fia Quinn. Nozzo?
Yeah, I have no idea. Keep talking to her. Maybe she'll spill something.
Wait, did you say Yvonne?
Do we know how long Yvonne was working at the newspaper? Okay, so catch some of you up to speed, because I know some of you weren't here last week. So originally our goal when we came back to September 10th, 2001, was to stop this lady, Yvonne, from being murdered in an alley on September 10th, 2001. We went back in time with a friend of hers who was a now retired police detective in the year like 2050 whatever we live in. I feel like they've changed it 3 times, but 20xdx. And we went back and we tried to change stuff and it like wasn't working, and then we started investigating it and we learned that like the police officer had like accepted bribes from like a criminal organization, and we were like, screw that noise, we're not changing the history for a criminal or something. And then she got herself thrown in jail, and she was like, I'm gonna something. I don't have a plan, but somehow I'm gonna save my friend's life. But when we left, that wasn't close to happening, and now she's alive. But, for one, logically, I'm not sure how she'd be alive. And 2, I feel like I had the impression she had already been, like, working there for a little while. She seems like she's acting as though she was very new. 2 years? Like, yeah, 2 years kind of sounds like roughly what I would have guessed.
Yeah?
You aren't Yvonne Lazzotti, by any chance?
Not for much longer. Wait, how do you know that name?
Oh, I heard it from...
The grapevine. I'm friends with your close friend and roommate, Hannah Tanaka, which I have on good authority is pronounced rapidly with no space, as if Madonna.
Hannah Tanaka.
You know that name too. For such a big city, it can be really small sometimes.
Well, it's not that remarkable, because, like, that's still one connection, right? Because I'm saying I know a person who told me about you. It's not that I happen to randomly know both of you, in theory, if you take this lie at face value.
Seems smaller than ever now.
Yes, let me ask about my confusing, like, star-crossed time travel love interest.
Do you mind talking about Imani Nash?
Who?
You might know her as M.
Jesus, you know her too? What exactly do you know?
Doritos. Or maybe Sitco? I'm a big triangle gal.
I know you were, well, involved.
Well, we all make mistakes.
Dang.
Mistakes?
Look, you're new here. You can't start asking questions like this until you've at least been through the door.
It'd be so funny if I just kicked the door in. Dion's her soon-to-be ex-husband.
Did we talk about Dion Lazzotti?
These are, just to be clear, these are all insane dialogue options. Like, a reasonable person would, as she sort of pointed out, like, it is much too early in the morning and our relationship to be asking these intensely personal questions. However, it is an adventure game, and I will exhaust every dialogue tree until I myself become exhausted.
You know him too.
So Ocean says, okay, I ran a quick 3-minute scrub of the Friends episodes. Rachel did not wear that beret then, unless it was a rerun of an earlier season. Oh, so you cross-referenced it against ones that happened before 2001, which is like most of them, right? Didn't Friends like end in 2001 or something? Wait, was it a little later than that? Definitely started in the 90s. You've just met. She's going to think you're a murder stalker, and she should. Partially because I am. Literally did last week for 11/11/01. That's very thorough. I appreciate that. Here, have one of these for some reason.
Look, I'd really prefer not talking about him. I treated him badly, I know. But I gotta be me. But if you see him, tell him... oh, never mind. He won't believe it anyway.
About Hannah.
Is this official or personal?
In what official capacity could I be asking you that? I've told you that I work at the newspaper.
Does it matter?
Maybe it doesn't. Can't say much either way. Hannah died on September 11th.
So she broke out of prison, but they didn't update her prison records? I guess because they didn't want to acknowledge that a prison break happened. And that's why there's no, like, update to her records or whatever.
There's nothing else that needs to be said.
Hannah died.
You didn't know? Shit. Sorry to tell you like this. That sucks. I'm sorry. Ah, Jesus, Yvonne, stop apologizing like it's your fault. Sorry.
I've been there. Amani is one of the... No, this isn't Amani. This is Yvonne. Yvonne, I feel like, is one of the more agreeable characters we've encountered in the past. So many of the people we've met in the past are just awful. They're just dreadful people.
What was Hannah doing there? She wasn't supposed to be.
What?
Never mind. It doesn't matter.
It would be better being a murder stalker than her current job. That's true. She's definitely unqualified for her job, but has some of the sociopathic traits that make one a good adventure game protagonist. She died. Yeah, we just found out that Hannah Tanaka died on September 11th, and it's implied sort of like in September 11th, if you catch my meaning. But other than my educated guesses, it seems pretty hard to gather that context correctly.
Do you remember where you were that night?
Home. Heard about it on the radio. So, I went outside, looked downtown, and... well, you know the first thing that came into my head when I saw them? That it looked like two giant lit cigarettes.
Boy, we'd have a field day.
I'm sorry. You misunderstand. Do you remember where you were the night before?
The night before? Why?
It'd be Monica, the one with Mrs. Bing. Season 1, Episode 11, 1994. I mean, just incredible work. Just incredible work. Sorry, 95. Forgiven. Absolutely forgiven. Because, yeah, it would have started in September, so episode 11 is just like the start of 95. It strikes me as something maybe like flashback Monica would wear. No, maybe present day Monica would wear. But like when she implied Rachel would wear it, as someone who's like doesn't even know like that much about Friends, I feel comparatively to other TV shows, it just irks me. It feels like it misunderstands fundamentally the characters.
You didn't have any plans that got changed, or receive any mysterious phone calls telling you not to go somewhere?
I get those all the time.
What a question. No, nothing like that.
I like that she won't have like a normal conversation with me about her husband, but she'll answer that insane question like I'm not going to stab her right now.
Just a normal night. Met a girl for drinks, got home around 2 a.m. Why?
So you had drinks with them after all?
Hell no, thank God for that.
What she got against him anyway?
Look, I can't talk about this.
You can. Knife. Use knife on reporter.
Number 1, I'm not allowed. And 2, it's getting kind of personal.
Not allowed by what authority?
So, stop, please?
Can you tell me anything about Winera?
No.
Are you sure? Weren't you looking into it?
We're so creepy. We're so bad at our job. We're so creepy.
I said no. Leave it.
Well, I'd best be off.
Sure.
Nozo?
Yeah, Fia.
My mom backs me on this. Apparently most of chat did not watch Friends, which I understand. But my mom says, Monica or Phoebe maybe, but Rachel would never wear it. And yes, I agree. I feel like I can imagine a case where either of the others would, but just, I mean, Rachel, she like literally worked in the fashion industry, and, you know, I don't agree with all of the like late 90s, early 2000s fashion choices. Certainly not even the ones that were made for Rachel, who was like supposed to be the fashionable one, but like, I just don't see it. Does this have LGBT representation? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it does. We seem to have a same-sex interest in a woman whose, like, backstory we keep accidentally encountering in all the time periods we go to. To say nothing of the fact that the detective we brought back here was had a lesbian relationship with this woman in the past. I feel like there was at least one other relatively major one that happened in a previous case, but it's not coming to mind. But yes.
Not one member of the brass noticed anything odd about Hannah's profile.
Listen, we don't pay the brass not to cut corners or something.
No, but that isn't surprising. Police corruption isn't something that goes on your service record.
I mean, it kind of depends on the outcome, yeah?
Right. Any ideas, Nos?
Thinking. Let's take a walk. Clear our heads.
What an interesting direction.
Bye for now.
I'll be here.
That suggests that by going to the travel between locations screen, I'll be prompted to do something new. Do you have any, like, good search stuff to do? I'm assuming that nothing will have changed here because of the cover-up. Many people are polyamorous in this, too. I'm not sure I'd necessarily say many people are, although we do repeatedly reference the idea of the cluster, which is like a polycule in the future. Timeline influx, unable to sync. Who knows what's going on? Very good sign. I assume that goes for, like, everything? No? Okay, hold on. Avan Sharma. Alternate surnames Gupta Lazadi. That's interesting. So I don't think Gupta was ever a name before. I'm assuming that Sharma is her maiden name, given what we know of her history currently. Lifetime range, November 12th, 1971 to unknown. So in the current version of history, she hasn't died, even in our time. So let's see. Reporter at the stupid newspaper, correspondent at a different one, investigative journalist at a different news source, and then looks like we made it onto, like, TV and then maybe internet. Ooh, showrunner, Prime Network News. Known cluster mates, there you go. Dion Lazadi, divorced 2001. Rajshri Sharma. Joseph Sharma. Rachel Sharma. That's a little confusing. I guess we're looking at her current record. For some reason, I'm assuming we're looking at her record relative to our current time. So no, I guess that would be her married name, and she's very clustered, as you can see. She has 3 cluster mates. They're all roommates. Known children, Jack Sharma, Russell Sharma, Vijay Sharma. Known residences, Morocco, France. Accomplishments of note, she's like a journalist. Timeline impact rating medium. That's really odd. It's really odd to me that, like, things that didn't happen before can get upgraded significantly. It's like, we must protect this time. But that wasn't true before. Why is it suddenly so important? Dion Lazadi died in a ditch. He died in 2016. What year is it currently? I swear every time I try to grapple, like, what year it is currently, it's different. Now we have, like, a definitive, like, age of death for this guy that's past the year 2060. I swear to God, they keep moving the goalposts on this. Known cluster mates. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Awesome. Cool guy. Cause of death, Scamian syndrome. I wish I remember
Also,
what that was.
Dion Lazotti's history. It's changed. Last time I checked, he went on to become a famous artist, and now he doesn't.
That's true. That is true. Did she date family members? No, I'm pretty sure they all changed to the same last name. They, like, took one dude's name in the super couple, in the quadruple.
Could be related to what happened to Hannah, but for now I don't see how it's relevant.
Sure, it's just a few paintings, right?
Fia.
Never mind.
I assume
I will
you
grant
heard
you,
all
though.
that, Nozzo.
It's pretty weird. That's a pretty weird way to go about it. I feel like it would be more expected, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like it'd be more expected that if you're gonna be in a quadruple polycule, that like you all just sort of keep your own names. That bookkeeping seems tedious.
Yeah, Hannah's been paradoxed. Blast it.
Isn't the PFE supposed to prevent her from paradoxing? Her younger self might be dead, but her older self should be physically fine, right?
According to the specs, yes, that's exactly what should happen. But when it involves a historically charged event like this one, the specs are vague.
That's some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff right there for sure.
Nozzo, how the hell did this happen?
I don't know, Fia. Ripple effects can be unpredictable at the best of times, but usually you can trace an effect back to an inciting cause. This one, I'm drawing a blank.
So this is our fault.
You did nothing outside of protocol, Fia. I'll testify to that.
It sounds pretty miserable that that's probably what will have to
And
happen.
we didn't force Hannah to punch that officer. Everything was fine until she did that. I'll testify to that, too.
I know we're not supposed to intentionally stop any deaths on that day, but
I think the case can be made that we unintentionally caused one. We're just redressing the balance.
Will you testify to that additionally?
As long as we stay focused on that, we're covered.
so what do we do?
Right. The tunnel to September 10th. It's still active. On that day, young Hannah is still alive. Presumably. Prevent her from dying, and the paradox is resolved. Old Hannah doesn't die, she serves out her time, we collect her as planned.
A simple plan. They were popular in this era, correct? The legend says, also, when ripple effects literally happen casually when sitting in a bar, I don't know how anyone keeps track of anything. That is something you definitely have to, like, suspend your disbelief for in this game. Like, I genuinely sort of like the take that, like, when time travel is corporatized in the way that this game suggests, that, like, almost nothing is sacred and that, like, time is constantly in flux. But it does seem like everyone would be insane all the time.
You make it sound so simple.
Blasted Fia, don't say that. Head back to the landing point, Fia. We'll figure this out. Then we open a tab at JV's and drink the place dry.
Do we open the tab in Hannah Tanaka's name? Guess I'll just time tunnel.
To the landing point, then.
Pro Rudy Graffiti. Yep, that's, yeah. That is, present in, November 2001. How's your face?
Hello, officer.
Oh, hey.
Leave
Head
her.
up, goodbye.
See you around.
I mean, where would I go?
Bloody hell. The confession has changed again. Let's see here.
I'd like to talk about Imani Nash. You were given the job to kill her, yes? Yeah, but I was busy. We'll get to that. But one thing first. Was she targeted because of her connection to Lizzie Nash? Who? The singer, Lizzie Nash. They say she had connections to crime families going back to the 1870s. I wouldn't know anything about that. So why kill her? No idea. You'd have to ask Tanner, not me. Tanner? Forget I said anything. That's some real sloppy work for a professional killer. What happened to being open and honest? Yeah, about me. Anyone else? Forget about it. I have some scruples.
Nozzo, are you seeing this?
I've got a copy of the book right here. It's changed on my end, too.
Imani was targeted instead of Yvonne. How did that happen?
I don't know. There's nothing in the archive about Imani at all.
This is really confusing. I will be impressed if we can turn this around so that it doesn't just feel like a mess of forced plot points, but we really just feel like we're in a tangled web of nonsense right now, if I could be
Does
honest.
this name Tanner mean anything to you?
Danny Tanner. The 90s may be over at this point, but America remembers Danny Tanner, the father from Full House.
It's a pretty common name. It's been in use since the 12th century.
Let me rephrase. Does it mean anything relevant to you?
Thought you'd never ask.
No, sorry.
How could there be no entry for Romani at all? It's impossible to exist in this day and age and not leave any kind of evidence.
I agree. There's nothing. Not even a social security number.
That's obviously
I
wrong.
think her whole file may have been redacted.
Redacted? But that requires huge clearance, doesn't it?
More than we have, I'll say that much.
That's
So many
crazy.
questions, so few answers. Going to go look for some.
I'll be here.
Man, if this game ever gave you like direction as to like knowing how you feel like you should address one of these crazy things that happens, it'd be so exciting to like have these revelations. But getting these back to back when the game is basically always just like, I don't know, figure it out, idiot. Like, it's just not nearly as interesting as I feel like it could be. Like, even, like, we're even to going. Let me go to Windows on the World. Does Amani still exist? Hey!
I probably should go.
If that's what you want.
Adventure game conversations. Very. Hey, let me show. Can I show her a confession of someone talking about killing her? Can I shoot her so we leave an official record?
Ooh.
Oh, okay, sorry. I appreciate that she's very upset about that. I don't think I'd have any reason to go back to the Prime office, do I? Well, I'm already here. This room feels so Blackwell. Demolition. Officer, goodbye, officer. Stands in front of her in the rain for 10 minutes mute. It genuinely is one of my favorite things about adventure games. It's one of the reasons why I'm constantly pointing it out when I play adventure games, is because I think that's just like the funniest stuff on earth. Like, it felt like so natural to like incorporate that into game design in like the 80s and 90s. But like if none of it stands under scrutiny. All of it makes you seem insane. It's like part of the reason why I feel so strongly that like adventure game protagonists should be like sociopaths. Okay, so no new emails here. And I don't think
I've
we're...
already
Okay, so I guess we'll just leave her. Okay, so nothing of interest at the World Trade Center on September 10th, 2001. That tracks. That's why Metal Gear Solid radio conversations that last for 15 minutes are hilarious. Yeah, that's like the other end of the spectrum, right? Of like, we're supposed to be like covert in the field, avoiding detection. Like sometimes you're like in a hallway where like guards are and you take a phone call and it lasts forever. Just casually broke back into her apartment. Like, who gives a crap? Is our new message?
Hey, Yvonne. It's Em. Haven't heard.
Leave Winera alone.
Nope, just the same two. No additional new...
anything
Can I have
that's
your
on
remote?
television right now.
I do not know what to do. Like, at all a little bit.
I've already
I already did that too. I do not know what to do. I guess I'll go to the park. Hello, husband.
Dion?
Yeah.
Your wife had an affair, didn't she? With a woman named M.
That was one of them.
There was more than one.
She didn't do much to hide it. It's like she wanted to get caught. And now, you know too. Great.
What do you know about M?
Only that she's some corporate type working in the World Trade Center. How am I supposed to compete with that? Look, I come here to try and not think about it, okay?
You're not thinking about your wife's mistress by painting the World Trade Center where she works.
That guy just got roasted in the rain. That's tough.
Okay, fair point. Maybe I don't have to draw the towers, just the arch. No, screw that. I'm not letting her take this from me. I'm painting it all.
Did I just like ruin his interest in painting by pointing that out because he's not like a famous artist anymore?
What, Brook?
Forbrook, place I grew up. That never, no.
Adventure games are ridiculous. I love that one of my remaining dialogue options is just to say, "What, Brooke?" And then he just like tells me part of a puzzle I've already solved.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to be...
What, Brooke? I think the pigeon is definitely a time traveler. I think it's the same one every time we've been.
No say.
Yeah, Fia.
Any ideas, Nos?
We have a new lead. Maybe ask people about it?
Bye for now.
I'll be...
Well, I've talked to multiple people and no one wants to talk. You didn't even put it on my Google page.
To the landing point.
They look like they're having a... Hello again.
What's up?
The name Tanner is
Does
up.
the name Tanner mean anything to you?
Should it?
Don't know. Never mind. Well,
Very productive.
sure.
Thank you, game, for giving me such a powerful lead. Like, can't I, like, basically not go anywhere? I guess I could ask future cop. Past, present cop.
Oh, hey.
The name Tanner is up.
Does the name Tanner mean anything to you?
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific than that. Sorry.
Thank you, officer.
Sure.
She's not gonna let me in.
Don't go trampling all over this stuff. If you got business here, just talk to me, okay?
That's not really how the police work, but okay.
Right. Sorry.
Ocean says, see, with this game, I feel like Fia constantly being in danger in these things, and Nazu's got a little blanket fort with tons of snack bags and not shaving for 5 days while she's in the field in order to save her at a minute's notice. Yeah, I mean, it feels like he's... Like, I don't know, he often comes across by, like, having all this information, like, at his fingertips or whatever, but, like, he somehow, the way these cases play out, gives me the impression of someone who, like, procrastinates until the very last second.
The apartment is empty. That is...
Okay, so I asked about Tanner at, like, the 2 locations where people exist in the medium time. Actually, wait, I want to try something. Just out of, like, vague curiosity. I guess I would have to do
To the
that
landing.
from the past. Is Nazo a computer program? Nazo is the real person that we do occasionally interact with when we're, like, back in the present. So he's not just, like, a AI companion or something. If I was to ask him to translate what a street vendor was selling, he might actually be able to give me context and not just, like, say the same Spanish word back to me and tell me to applaud. I just think it's a really stupid commercial. I'm sorry. Like... This just... There's just no one to talk. He's like, just ask around. But, like, there's, like, no people I care about in this time frame. 'Cause the only person I was talking to, like, died of time paradox. No, so it does just go away if we can't time shift, huh? It says, take me back to November. No, September. These jumps cost us millions of dollars. No, they made it clear that, like, once it costs money to open the time tunnel, you see, and then as long as it remains open, it does not incur additional costs. They actually, like, talk about that in, like, the second case, which is, like, fair. I have no problem buying into that. Okay, for real. Does someone know what I'm being stupid about? Like the only information I've gotten all stream is literally the name Tanner, and, like, I don't have any context for, like, who would know or be willing to tell me about it, and it's really dumb. Like, this is the thing I consistently dislike about this game, is that, like, at the start of every mission and after many plot points, like, stuff just happens, and then the game's not like, oh, now that happened, like, I'll have to investigate so-and-so, or, like, I'd better head to whatever. Like, instead, like, it just happens, and then you stand there, like, picking your nose, like, I don't know what. Like, I'm pretty sure I already had the name Tanner when I, like, tried to talk to Amani, who, like, doesn't want to talk to us.
So,
she's, like, one of the people that would make the most sense to ask that to. Because we know that there is a literal, tangible connection to her. And that's why her, like, existence got redacted or whatever. And the only other thing I think to do is try and cross-check Tanner with the stupid list that we printed out before that for some reason doesn't exist anymore.
I don't need to print.
These interviews get increasingly useless, by the way. This, like, transcript from the morning show where the guy, like, talked about his past as, like, an assassin. Like, the more stuff we've changed, the more it's basically just like, I'm just, like, a guy.
There are too many workstations.
I think you should go to the internet cafe and get some rounds of Counter-Strike in. Honestly, it does seem like a much better use of my time than whatever it is that I'm currently doing. I have no idea whatsoever what the game thinks I should be doing. This might be the most clueless I've felt in the entire game to date.
Besides, open the tunnel, Noz.
Weird that the tunnel doesn't, like, appear here in the place where it is.
I'm a time traveler. Besides,
Brother, I got nothing. Taking all non-spoiler suggestions from chat. Not seeing any, but if you have any idea what I should be doing, I'm open to trying something that has any merit to it at all. I feel like you just called that the Counter-Strike suggestion. Well, the game won't let me do it, you see, so that's the only reason why that doesn't have any merit. Otherwise, I completely agree. Can I, like, steal her flowers to make her happy or mad or something? You just tried preventing 9/11? honestly, that
Hey.
seems like an easier task than just like figuring out the next thing to do.
I believe we've been through this already.
Maybe go to the prison to speak to old lady cop. Well, regrettably, I think you got here a little late. So what happened is we traveled forward in time 2 months to when she was supposed to be released, and she was nowhere to be found, but her friend, whose death we didn't prevent, was still alive. And some weird thing appears to have happened where, like, her younger self, like, participated in, like, first response of 9/11 and then died and then, like, didn't exist in the presence because her, like, anti-paradox crumple zone wristband failed. And now, like, Nazo, our, like, tech specialist, is like, that's weird, that never happens. But we're kind of just sitting here, and the only thing that we've learned of any consequence is literally the name Tanner, and no one will, like, talk to me about it, but the game's like, you should try asking people about the name Tanner. Can't you talk to her in processing? She has ceased to exist.
If you got
Right.
Oh, no, wait, maybe in the past? Maybe you're right, maybe in the past. I don't know that they'll let me do that, but I don't think I've tried that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm here to visit my...
sure.
Back so
I mean,
soon?
I feel like what I understand about this game's take on paradoxes is this shouldn't work, but why not?
Didn't expect you for another 2 months. To what do I owe the pleasure?
It turns out that you don't exist.
Have you done anything since I left you? Anything at all that could have changed history?
No, I can barely talk thanks to you. Something happened, I assume? Spit it out already.
There's no way to put this delicately. Your younger self is going to die tomorrow, and because of the date in question, your PFE isn't going to stop the effects.
What? How?
I'm sorry. Somehow, you end up in the World Trade Center when it happens.
That makes no sense. I wasn't anywhere near downtown that morning. Am I on a list of official victims?
Checking. No. No, you're not.
Then maybe your source is wrong. Maybe I'd die somewhere else. Like Yvonne did. Jesus, listen to me. Maybe I'd die somewhere else. Sorry, this is a lot to process.
Your friend Yvonne. She will survive the night after all.
She does? You're sure?
I spoke to her myself. Or rather, I will speak to her. 2 months from today.
Okay. That's something. The rest of it, not so good, but I'm okay with it. Thank you. Whatever you did to save her, thank you.
I didn't, or I haven't. And I don't intend to?
I didn't save Yvonne. Not intentionally. The truth is, I have no idea how it happened.
So what? It still happened. Or should I say, it isn't going to happen?
Yeah, it gets a little weird, huh?
Anyway, sometimes a case just solves itself. Someone has to take the credit. Might as well be you.
That's not really how this works.
Just what do you mean by it's for the best?
I mean, Yvonne lives. I die. It's a fair trade. I'm okay with that.
It's what we in the business call equivalent exchange, and nothing bad ever happens when human lives are involved in equivalent exchange, is my recollection of Full Metal Alchemist. Can anyone correct me on that? I think I'm right.
Hannah, we're going to do everything in our power to save you.
You are? But I thought because I lied to you, screwed everything up.
Yeah, we want to punish you, and if you don't exist, we can't do that.
Why would you help me?
We still don't know why this happened. It could be our fault.
But what I did...
Was wrong, but the punishment should fit the crime, and this isn't it.
I was pretty
It
good
should
at
be
my
much
job, you
harsher.
know, despite everything. I did a lot of good. Stopped a lot of nasty people. The thought of all of that just... never happening.
See, that's right. Neko remembers it the same way. Nothing bad ever happened. Alchemy even brings children closer to their dogs. I'm sure some number of you have seen that meme that is always going around somewhere, where, like, someone has a photo of the child and a photo of the dog, and they're like, God, I can't get these to fit in the same image. And then, like, a post following their own post being like, no, I figured it out.
I don't want that. So whatever it takes, I'll do it.
The name Tanner.
Do you know the name Tanner?
Tanner? Why?
Nick Cord's confession changed again. He mentioned the name as someone who was given his assassination job.
Like, you can disagree with me on this, but I do genuinely find this kind of frustrating. It's like when we go to the future, like there's this big hoopla about how she got time paradox and her younger self died so her older self doesn't exist, and yet the next thing that we need to do is go talk to her even though she doesn't exist. I feel like if that was the thing the game wanted me to do, it should have been a little more explicit about that, merely because they had made such a plot point out of the fact that she doesn't exist. And there are different ways that time travel can handle that, and we haven't been in this precise circumstance before. So it doesn't, to me, seem like an obvious option. Like, granted, I do feel like I could have thought to try that sooner, but at the same time, I do feel like the game had been kind of explicit about the fact that she does not exist.
Tanner? It couldn't be, could it?
Couldn't be who?
Tanner. It was my name. Or at least, the name I used back then.
God, how does this get worse?
Do you remember where your younger self is right now?
I would have just come on shift, so somewhere in Chelsea?
That's over 20 square blocks. Any way to narrow that down?
Jesus, it's been 60 years. It's not like I kept a minute-by-minute breakdown of every shift I went on.
And even if she did, things have obviously changed. We can't trust her memory of events.
You used a false name.
Not officially. It was just the name I used sometimes. It just made things easier, you know?
The crime and the corruption and all that.
Easier.
It was hard enough being the only female Asian cop around. Correcting everyone who mispronounced my name was a hassle I didn't need. So I used the whitest name I could think of that was similar to my own. Everyone did it back then. At least, you did if you looked like me.
I mean, that's kind of how, like, Ellis Island records work, right?
You didn't think to tell us this before now.
Again?
I swear I'd forgotten all about it. I only used that for my first year or two as a beat cop. When I made detective, I decided that it could be everyone else's problem from now on, not mine. I haven't thought about it since.
But, like, we're all glossing over the troubling implication of this, right? If this is a name that she used, and the assassin guy is saying that, like, Tanner had some authority over him, like, connect the dots, huh?
Is Nick referring to you in this confession?
No chance in hell. I didn't even know Nick. Unless that somehow changed too? No. I was asked to do a lot of things, but kill? Never. They wouldn't. And even if they did, I never would have agreed to kill her. Not Yvonne.
Well, that is maybe the point, my darling. The point may be that they were like, okay, we won't kill your friend, but now you're a murder lady.
What about killing someone else?
Huh?
This confession doesn't refer to killing Yvonne, but Imani.
I don't even know this Imani person. And is she even dead? That confession only says she was a target, not that she was killed. Get your facts straight before accusing me of anything.
We're not accusing you, Hannah. At least, not this version of you.
Semantics. Come back with proof.
Oh, cool.
You don't remember anything. Anything at all that can help us.
I remember lots of things. Apparently none of them actually happened.
As you get closer to midnight, your PFE will get weaker. There may be some memory bleed through.
So we wait until midnight?
We could, but the longer we wait, the less likely we'll be able to stop this from happening.
Good. Being proactive is always the best way. But if I get any, memory bleed through, I'll tell you.
Actually, tell your physician. That sounds really awful.
Hannah?
Sure. Oh, one thing. Could you give me archive access while I'm in here?
Why would we do
I'd
that?
like to do some research. See if anything changed that I don't remember.
You think that'll help?
Couldn't hurt. It's not like I'm good for much else right now.
I don't know.
This seems somewhat
You
dangerous.
really think I'm going to screw you over? With my entire existence at stake?
Like, 2 minutes ago you were like, good riddance to me, I'm glad my friend didn't die.
Put like that. Fair enough. Giving you archive access now.
Got it. I'll get to work. And thanks. Wait, sorry. One more question.
One more thing.
Yvonne, what happens to her? Does she have a good life?
She gets involved in a very complicated cluster with lots of people.
I can't say one way or the other.
Do you like how the game has positioned me so that now I'm Nazo?
But she's still alive, currently living in the south of France with a cluster of 4.
So she had a whole life, and I wasn't around for any of it. God, what a mess.
Yeah, you wanted to hook up with her, huh? You wanted to play nasty cop, bad cop? I'm not sure which one you are. Both? Unclear. Clusters get complicated. I assume Tanner is on here now? It still isn't, huh? That really sucks and pisses me off a lot. Oh, maybe I can ask this police officer about her without the name Tanaka?
Hello, officer.
Division says, can I move to that time period? Clusters sound fun. I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of, like, homework.
Does the name Tanner mean anything to you?
Should it?
No. It was a long shot. Never mind.
Do you like that this has now manifested itself in 2 different ways? Does the name Tanner mean anything? No. How about Hannah Tanner?
Do you know an officer named Hannah Tanner?
Sounds familiar, but that's about all.
She's like, Tanner? Never met her. How about Hannah Tanner? Yeah, I think I know her. You don't think it was supposed to go nasty cop, bad cop? Well, I mean, what are the handcuffs for if not that?
So you wouldn't know where she is?
After the knock I took, I barely know where I am. Sorry.
I'll head off now. And good luck with that eye.
Yeah, no, wait. The time paradox thing is genuinely confusing here, which of course it is because it's a time paradox. But part of the reason that, like, we had, like, weirdness when we landed in November is because we talked to this police officer and she had no recollection of any interaction with either us or old Officer Tanaka. Which means that old Officer Tanaka shouldn't exist. So, like, how is she in hold... timey-wimey nonsense.
Goodbye.
See you.
Like, who else would I, like, talk to?
To the landing point.
Do you have a better recollection of that officer 2 months later?
Do you know an officer named Hannah Tanner?
Not personally, no, but I know the name. Just another one of our own who died that day.
Was Hannah a first responder?
No, nothing like that. Tanner was murdered early that morning. Not the only one killed in the line of duty that day, but she was the first. I guess you could say she beat the rush.
That's some gallows humor.
Jesus fucking hell, sorry.
I appreciate both the extremely dark joke followed by the, oh my god, what did I just say?
Making jokes is all I can do sometimes.
Hannah Tanner was murdered? How?
I can't say much. Things were a little busy around that time. You can imagine why.
I can't imagine.
I didn't hear about it till weeks later. By then, the killer was in jail.
Go on.
Justice served, scales balanced, thin blue line remains unbroken, yada yada.
Yada yada over, I don't know, an inconsequential part.
That's all I can say.
Can you tell me anything else about Hannah's murder? Anything at all?
Gotta say, usually it's us asking the questions. Why you so interested anyway? You think they got the wrong guy?
She's my cluster mate or something. I don't know. Listen, I'm from the future. I mean, I'm not from the future. Shut up. Please tell me things.
I have no idea. Forget I asked.
Really?
Probably
Okay.
best for both of us if I do.
Thank you,
Sure. Oh, hey, a bit of advice?
Yeah?
This is not a good time to be asking about cop killers.
I understand the subtext, but, like, also, like, if you did feel like the wrong person was, like, wouldn't you want to be asked, wouldn't you want
The
that?
city's in love with us right now. We may not deserve it. Hell, I know for a fact we don't.
I'm
But
extremely
it is
corrupt,
what it
by the
is.
way.
I understand.
Boy, my enthusiasm for this chapter tanked so quickly. I'm glad I, like, stopped what I did last week, because if I started bridging into this territory, I feel like I would have lost my mind trying to pick it back up. I don't care.
The apartment.
I like... What I read, this is the highlight chapter. Don't say things like that. Yeah, I mean, I could pick back up, but I think I agree with the assessment of very saggy middle. But again, it's just, this game has, like, an incredible problem with momentum. Of, like... It manages to struggle fairly consistently because it has no ability to go from, like, exposition into anything. So whether it's, like, you get the case set up and you show up and you just have no idea what to do, or, like, a plot point happens, and normally the plot point will direct you, like, straight at what wants your attention. It's like, oh my god, like, this killer's on the loose. We have to, like, find the... Like, in this game, it's just sort of, like, a fact is stated, and then the game just stares at you intently, like, what are you gonna do about it? It's like the world's, like, laziest GM. It's like they like, just, like, read the flavor text for the scenario out of the book, and they're like, what do you do? And it's just like, you've given me very little. And they're like, yeah, and I'm not gonna give you any more, so what do you do? Think it makes me kind of insane that, like, Tanner isn't even, like, now that I at least know that Tanner is, like, a last name that Hannah used, that, like, it's still not on my Google list. So, like, I can't even, like, try to figure out, like, what kind of record existed of her after she died on September 11th. Like, even just for the game to give me, like, basically nothing as a result of that, it at least would feel like I had done my diligence. Like, it seems insane that I wouldn't even, like, try that.
No say.
Yeah, Fia.
Any ideas, Nos?
Not at the moment.
So good, thank you,
for now.
game. Thank you for explicitly, like, not
To the
knowing...
landing point,
Like,
then.
the point of having... Like, literally, the reason why adventure games adopted, like, partner characters as a fairly consistent mechanic in some way, shape, or form is explicitly for this type of problem, where the player gets stuck and doesn't want to look up a walkthrough, to just, like, nudge them in the right direction, to be like, have you considered this piece of evidence? Or, you know, crap like that. But, like, this game does stuff like this all the time, where it's like, it gives you no direction, and then you're like, hey, game, what do you think I should do next? And, like, I don't know. There's just no way to know, you know? You know what I mean?
Deal?
Yeah,
What, bro?
Well, I'm
nothing to be...
Oh, brother. Alright, let's, I haven't talked to you in a minute.
Hello.
What's up?
Did you know that Hannah used a false name?
For her job? Yeah, she mentioned it. Don't remember what it was. Why?
No reason. Never mind.
Thanks. Thank you so much, video game.
Hannah Tanaka was murdered.
Yeah, I know.
You told me she died in the 9/11 attacks.
I don't think that's probably what she said.
No, I said she died on September 11th. How'd you find out about that anyway? Everyone from my editor to the commissioner to the mayor threatened me with all sorts of sanctions if I said a word.
I just want to know what happened. Hannah, Winera, all of it.
Wait, Winera is connected.
Super de-duper, yes.
Knew it. I friggin' knew it! Okay, I'm not allowed to talk about that. But they didn't say I couldn't listen. So, tell me what you know.
I'm just gonna run down the dialogue tree.
I know that M worked in the Winera office.
Yeah, I thought she was a dead end. Claimed to know nothing.
So she says, okay, I'll give that to her. That level of ambiguity is just script padding. I mean, like, I guess here's the thing, right? Like, I feel like it's relatively conversational for, like, someone to assume that, and then merely ask, like, oh, she was a first responder? And then the answer would be no, and then we would, like, move on with the plot, instead of acting like it's a cool puzzle to solve that, like, she just played the pronoun game, right? Like I get it, but like that. I don't think the like alleged realism of that type of misunderstanding like adds anything of value to the game or the story.
Pegged her for a pretty face to make the place look legit. I thought she was harmless. I thought wrong.
Hannah was taking bribe money.
I knew as much. There wasn't any other reason to be on Winera's payroll. I asked her about it. She didn't confirm it, but didn't exactly deny it either. She begged me to leave it alone, said it was dangerous. I thought she meant dangerous for me.
Winera was a shell company, laundering money to use for bribes.
Yeah, it was obvious if you knew to look for it. They had only a little money coming in and a whole lot going out. I came this close to blowing the whole thing wide open, but...
I don't feel like this option was here a second ago.
What do you mean, M wasn't harmless?
What else would you call it? She killed my best friend.
What is going on? This case is such nonsense.
She's locked up in the tombs now. Good riddance.
Let me guess. You didn't leave it alone.
God, even just the way that... Like, I'm going literally, like, top to bottom. Even the game is jumping back and forth between his plot threads. Like, this... It just does not feel like this was handled very carefully. It feels like we, like, slopped a bunch of stuff together to try and, like, bridge the gap in this point in this case.
Didn't want to, but I had to. Not by choice, believe me.
So why didn't you, as you say, blow the whole thing wide open?
Because my editor is a City Hall flack. He just turned 40 this month. Do people just stop thinking for themselves when they turn 40? He said it wasn't the right time. According to who?
Doctor Who.
Ever since the towers went down, he kills any story that makes our local heroes look bad. And this Winera thing? It couldn't make them look any worse.
M is the murderer. She killed Hannah.
God, can you imagine trying to have this conversation with this woman? Like, just keep flip-flopping between these major points for some inane reason?
You didn't know?
According to the World Health Organization? I know! Curious, isn't it, Neko?
No!
Well, damn it. That's one bean spilled. You didn't hear it from me, okay?
If it was kept such a secret, how did you find out about the murder?
I have a police scanner. I heard Hannah's name, so I ran down to the tombs to find out more. Managed to learn just enough before the whole thing was hushed up.
What about other media outlets?
I tried. Nobody wants to touch a story like this with a 10-foot pole. The whole world is in love with the NYPD right now. Gotta think of the ratings, right? Cowards.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to drink my coffee and wait for someone to open the door.
So,
Life goes on.
I think M might be innocent.
Let me guess. She batted her eyes at you, so she must be pure as the untouched snow.
Not exactly.
Well, trust me. Don't fall for that unfettered free spirit crap. Learn from my mistake.
Why did your editor kill the story again?
Like I said, he's a City Hall flack who doesn't want to make waves.
I don't feel like that's normally how the word flack is
He
used.
turned 40 recently, and Ever's gonna run this place into the ground eventually. I guarantee it.
Such like a weirdly specific, like, for that to be a repeated line, it feels like it's somehow important that, like, he just
I
turned
need to get
40?
going. I'm sorry.
Sorry. What for? If anything, I owe you.
You do?
Yeah, that's weird. No idea why I said that.
Yeah, that's incongruous with my understanding of time travel.
Anyway, see you
He
around.
just turned 40 recently. He must be evil. White and male and 40. He does have a lot going against him. I'll give you that. I'll give you that, Cotillion. Can't look up her editor for reasons. I guess I'm going to go back to the tombs. Alright, she's just gonna stop me. She's gonna be like, don't step on the flowers.
Right. Hello.
Hmm?
Do you have an Imani Nash here?
Now, why on earth would you want to speak to her?
I want to say disparaging things.
So she is here.
Okay, I'm trying to be nice with everything that's going on, But enough is enough. Who are you? Who do you work for, and what do you want?
I just want to find out what happened.
We know what happened. Something smells fishy.
How close are we to the wharfs?
Please, if you could just let me speak to her.
Does everyone turn evil at 40? I don't know. The game is letting me to believe that, which is concerning because I'm getting close. Who is your daddy and what does he do? One of my friends when I first moved to LA really liked that line from Kindergarten Cop.
You really want to rock the boat? Now? Damn it. Knew you vultures couldn't stay away forever. Fine. Show me your press badge and I'll call ahead to tell him you're coming.
Sorry, press badge?
Yeah, you are with the press, right?
I can be if that gets me inside. I'm an adventure game
I
protagonist.
assume that's why you're asking all these questions?
Yes, press. That's what I am.
Good. So show me your pass or stop wasting my time.
I left it in my other Doritos branded cargo short tech pants.
Right. Well, go get that.
Sure, I got flowers to pick up.
She's sure taking her sweet time. You don't have it because women's clothes don't have pockets. But Neko, look! Behold! My, like, bizarre early 2000s pants. I had pants like these. I don't feel like I ever saw a woman wear them. They're not fashionable, and they're not really appropriate for her age, even in that time. But she's got nothing but pockets in these pants.
Hello
Can I have
there.
your,
What's
like,
that?
press badge or whatever?
You wouldn't happen to have a press pass I could borrow?
Why?
I'm trying to speak to Imani in prison. They won't let me in.
I wouldn't have led with that considering that she hates her.
And you wanted to use mine? I told you they put a gag order on me. My name comes anywhere near this, my ass is sued back to Long Island. So, no.
No, but like, do you have a different press pass I could borrow?
Would you know where I could acquire another press pass?
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. But just speaking hypothetically, this is a press office. I'm sure there are any number of random things just lying around inside. Hypothetically.
Could you just tell me your boss's name so I could go back in time, break into the office, steal it, and then get him in trouble so he doesn't run the newspaper?
But neither of us can get inside.
Esker, you don't understand. Women do have trouser pockets, but they're always decorative. No, look, please behold her pants. These are not ordinary women's pants. It is important to me that you look at the pants before you make this comment, because these pants have as much pocket as pants ever get.
Yeah, I noticed. Like I said, purely hypothetical.
So you have no idea what the code could be?
I wouldn't be stuck out here if I did. Usually I have a mnemonic for codes like this, but it's completely slipped my mind. My boss has never been particularly clever when it comes to choosing a code.
Just tell me his name, for the love of God. Like, this type of stuff makes me insane, right? Like, even if I'm overthinking it and I don't need to specifically get him in trouble, right? Like, I kind of don't care what happens to this guy, right? So he's like a viable target for me to like ruin his life as the protagonist of an adventure game. So like, she doesn't like him. Wouldn't I just ask his name? Like, I have the ability to converse like an adult. I'm not a child, so I could just ask her, and she could tell me, and then I could take his press pass and ruin his life. You know, like a normal person, like a normal time traveler.
I already tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's not it. So I figure it must be his birthday or wedding anniversary or something. But I don't remember what any of those things are, so here I am.
I need to get going.
See you around.
To the landing point.
There are too many. There are too.
I just want to be clear that there's like 8 computers in here, which like definitely isn't too many to look at. Like at all.
There are two. There are.
Yeah, he's turned 40. Like, I think it's supposed to have something to do with the password, but, like, unfortunately, an entire week has passed, and it's been kind of a rough one, so, like... Does anyone, like, remember what the stupid password was? Like, I can re-engineer it, but it will take a bunch of time. Does someone just know it? It's your boss, Tanner. No, Tanner is an alias that the cop lady who was our client used, and then she like probably became like a contract killer for a little bit. The plot, despite the game being on the rails, the plot is off it. Would it be 1960? No, like what was the code to get it? It was like a 5-digit number, and it like involved like going all over New York. Fine, I'll just do it. I need, okay, channel 10 is DNT. Dorm was like 84. Birthday email? Bob's birthday party. November 5th. Okay. So we could put in his original birthday, right? Which would be 61. This would be 11/5/61. But this feels really stupid. Like, why would we not just like take his past from the past? Like, they're not gonna like know the difference, right?
To the land.
Like, I already have access to it here. Why would I need to complicate this process by cracking another code?
Right.
Okay. Color me impressed.
But it's inconceivable to me that I would need to do this.
I don't know how you did that, but suddenly I feel the urge to walk around the corner and get a refill for this coffee. If you happen to find what you're looking for in there, don't bother telling me.
Don't you want to know the code for yourself?
I suggest you look up the words plausible deniability. See you around, and good luck with whatever you're doing.
Ah, good. That's one fewer resource that I probably needed. It's the same room! This stuff makes me so mad! We just locked a key in a drawer! It's like the worst kind of puzzle! Like, yeah, it's just sitting here, but like, come on! Like, come the heck on!
Aha.
Hold on. Before you take that, let's check the ranking of the person it belongs to.
Good call. The name on the card says Rosangela Blackwell.
Are you telling me we did all that so we could make a Blackwell anthology reference?
Checking. Wow, that's a lot of restraining orders in her future.
The ranking?
Sorry, she is medium. You should be clear.
No, she is a medium. You're mistaken.
The computer appears to be password locked this time. I suppose Yvonne was right about higher security. There are too many There are too many.
Honestly, that's just like very annoying. Like I already, like my plan would work fine. Like I just needed to be inside and get a press badge. Like, it's just stupid.
Here you go. Can I speak to Imani Nash now?
Let me see.
I'm definitely Rosangela, whatever the last
Village
name is.
Eye, huh? At least it's not somewhere important. Fine. Miss Blackwell, was it?
That might as well be true.
Sure.
You can go on in. Watch the flowers. I'll let him know you're coming. Just... nothing. Never mind. Doesn't matter anyway. Hard to say what matters these days. Anyway, in you go.
Yeah? No idea why a book reviewer would want to talk to me, but here I am.
Why do you know what Rosangela Blackwell does? Like, why would you know that? She's like literally no one. Like, why would you have that information?
Do you remember who I am?
I mean, not personally, but I know who you are. You write book reviews for the Village Eye, right?
That's genuinely stupid.
It's the only newspaper they give us in here, so I've read your work. Your write-up of the new Otis Knox anthology made me want to read all his books again, assuming I ever get out of here. Sorry, I'm babbling. Haven't talked to many people since, well, this.
My name is Fia, remember?
But they said your name was... Oh, wait. Fia. I remember now. Took your sweet time to visit, huh?
I beg your absolute pardon. First, you don't recognize me to look at me, but then you're mad that I didn't come to meet you sooner when you basically told me to, like, get lost the last time we encountered each other 2 months ago? Like, what sense does that make?
Since you had to steal a pass and identity to get in here, I guess you're not here to tell the world my story?
You thought I was a book reviewer. Why are you mad now?
Not exactly, but I do want to learn what happened.
Just like before. Fine. I'm a literal captive audience. Ask me whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure that's not true. I feel like she could leave whenever she wanted. I mean, she'd still be in prison, but she doesn't have to be here, I don't think.
Could I ask about your arrest?
You didn't hear? I killed a cop.
Oh my god, she's still using her, like, magic fingers animation from, like, the restaurant.
And why did you do that?
Because she was trying to kill me.
Can you tell me what happened?
I've gone over this 100 times, but okay.
Okay, obviously you haven't... You have such crazy unhelpful energy, okay? Like, get at the back of the line of all the annoying characters in this game. Like, I'm coming here, like, yeah, I get it. I lied to get in here, and, like, you don't know what my motivations are. But, like, what's this energy? Like, I just, like, I don't know what she's coming, I don't know what she's doing.
It was just before midnight. I was in my office, catching up on a few late invoices. Then this woman walks in. She didn't say a word, just stared.
And you didn't know her?
Never seen her before in my life. I still have no idea what she wanted with me. Anyway, I asked who she was, what she was doing there. Nothing. She kept walking toward me. Didn't say a word. But her eyes said it all.
Rosebud?
Then I saw her reaching for the gun in her pocket.
It could have been a banana.
So I did what I needed to do.
Which was?
Grabbed the gun from her hand and fired at her till the bullets ran out.
Sorry, you grabbed the gun out of the hand of a police officer who came with the intention to kill you? Like that was like trivially easy? Like you don't even describe like a struggle, you're just like magically you have the gun, like you cast a spell on her? Like that seems like a ridiculous notion.
You managed to grab the gun from a trained police officer. Impressive.
I didn't take 20 years of ballet for nothing.
Ooh, wow, what an incredibly annoying line of dialogue. No disrespect to ballerinas, but that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
I'm more agile than I look.
That's almost as bad as the horrible line from Lidsville, where someone shrinks down to fit inside a magical artifact to make a genie feel better, and they ask, well, how did you get in here? And they said, I have an in with women's lib. And I don't know what the heck that means, but it makes about as much sense as, like, I didn't take 20 years of ballerina class or whatever.
What were you doing in the office so late?
I don't know. Maybe because I didn't want to go home?
I kind of told you, like, not to be at work. Being at work more feels like a worse call.
Maybe because I had been bailed on twice in one evening and was feeling sorry for myself. I figured I might as well be useful for someone. Never make that mistake again.
So you're saying you went back to the office because of me? You wouldn't have gone there otherwise?
Maybe. Dunno. I was a bit drunk and sad. Definitely wasn't thinking too clearly. I don't blame you for what happened, if that's what you're worried about. If you think about it, the whole thing saved my life, didn't it?
This whole thing saved your life?
Think about it. I was arrested, so I wasn't at work when, you know, when the planes hit.
Ah, I see. That's one way you could think of it.
I've spent the last 2 months thinking of nothing but.
And yet she didn't think of the conversation where I simply told her not to go to work?
You showed up to ruin my night, then poof, I am alive. Stuck in jail for
More
a crime
credit than I usually
didn't
get for
really
ruining
commit,
someone's night.
But alive. Is that extremely good luck or extremely bad luck? Haven't decided yet.
All luck is only judged by the perspective of the person experiencing it. So it's probably both, frankly.
Surely that was self-defense.
That's what I kept telling everyone. Nobody believed me. Apparently, self-defense doesn't count when you're facing a cop who is trying to kill you.
You didn't realize she was a police officer at the time?
No. Not that it would have mattered. What was I going to do? Let her kill me?
Might have considered it, right?
No, you couldn't have. So this officer who attacked you, you have no idea who she is?
No. None. Like I said, she didn't say a darn word. Just went for her gun. But slowly. Like she wasn't sure if she wanted to.
But you shot her anyway?
I've answered this question 100 times. Yes. What was I supposed to do? Give her time to make up her mind?
I suppose not. Let's talk.
Please.
Could we talk about that night we met?
You mean when you asked me a bunch of personal questions and then left me high and dry at cocktail hour?
My recollection is that she was kind of done with us. Like, we did leave, but I feel like she was, like, done with us by the time that happened. Yeah, I let her take it for the raid. How's it going?
High and dry?
You bailed. You came over to me, acted all interested, then you just dipped.
You didn't seem all that interested. I assumed you wanted me to, dip.
As the kids say. She says, wearing her fashionable, like, Doritos skater attire as, like, a 30 to 40-something-year-old time traveler.
Why'd you think that?
Well, I made rather a mess of it, didn't I?
Can't deny that. Bringing up my ex wasn't the smoothest line.
I also accused your grandmother of being a jewel thief, let's not forget.
But did I tell you to leave? No. You chose to do that.
Things I wish I could reasonably say on all of my, like, failed dates. You could have been more clear.
You could have been more clear about it.
I don't see how I could have been any more clear than I was. Oh well. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I really hate that they keep using the magic fingers. It was, like, really funny in the date scenario, and it makes no sense here in the, like, she is literally in prison scenario.
You really wanted me to stay?
Oh, so I'm gonna go and change history by, like, hitting on her more?
I was hoping you would. Too late now, though. Fun to imagine, though, isn't it? Sliding doors and all.
Wait, chat, what year did the movie Sliding Doors come out?
You seemed quite angry with me.
Of course I was angry. I was waiting for you to say the right thing.
I bet this is probably what has happened on several of my dates that have gone wrong.
You never did, by the way.
What right thing were you hoping I would say?
1998. Okay, we're in the clear. We're good.
No idea. All I knew was that you seemed to know a lot about me, and I didn't know a thing about you.
And that bothered you?
It was weird, yeah. But I figured you would tell me why. or how, but you never even tried.
Let's change the subject.
Yes.
Have you heard from Yvonne since that night?
No. I tried reaching out. With her being a reporter and all, I thought she could help, but she won't even talk to me.
Oh, good. That one did not have several sub-options.
Do you know Hannah Tanaka? Or Hannah Tanner?
Not before that night, no. Never heard of her.
What can you tell me about the company you worked for?
You mean Winera? The office is gone now.
I am aware of that. Yes, thank you.
Even if I wasn't stuck here, I couldn't go back.
Just tell me what you can. It may help.
Well, it was pretty boring. I just processed invoices when they came in, paid whoever needed paying, chased after people who needed to pay us. Easy work, but a lot of it. Good money, too. And the view. Wow.
I feel like we've learned a lot.
Jesus. Hard to believe it's all gone.
Did you know Winera was a money laundering operation?
A what now?
Surely you must have noticed. You handled the accounts.
Not really. I just cut checks to whoever they told me to pay.
Yeah, that's probably what they hired for, to be honest. I don't think they were looking for someone who's going to ask questions.
And you never once suspected?
I mean, some of our clients were on the sketchy side, but...
I mean, in fairness, what company is that not true for?
I guess you could be right. I never thought to ask. Huh. Good thing I didn't put my own signature on those checks. I might have been arrested or something.
Skull joke? That's reasonably close to a skull joke. Okay, I'm gonna try and make you a one-night stand to save your life or something? Time travel's very confusing.
I should go, Imani. Sorry, I mean M.
Sure. See you around.
To the landing point, then.
So, hello, M.
Oh, you again.
Can we try again?
Again? You mean you were trying the first time?
You know, I imagine that women I've gone on dates with have thought this, but none has ever said it to me outright.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, will you relax? That chair is in need of someone's butt. Yours fits as well as any.
Yes. Well, thanks. I think.
So, what drew you back? Last time you were here, you were more interested in Yvonne.
I'm more interested in you.
That right. What changed?
9/11?
Let me guess. You found her.
Sort of.
I knew it. And she wouldn't give you the time of day.
That's not what was going on here, but yeah.
And now you're here, settling for second best.
Well, no.
That's not it at all.
Then what is it then? Last time you wouldn't stop talking about her.
She owed me money.
So now, I can't stop thinking about her. Who am I fooling? I'm sorry to waste your time. Before you got here, I was about 10 seconds from going back to the office. I should do that. Bury myself in the grind.
Let's stay here.
You want to keep this going? Why?
Your company is a money laundering operation.
I'm having a nice time.
Really? I'm being such a damn downer. Moaning about another girl? You don't want to listen to that.
Let's talk about something else then.
Like me.
Change of subject. Okay. How about we talk about you?
Big fan of Doritos.
Me? You already know a ton about me. Where I work, who I
Hey,
dated,
can
who
we
my
talk about
grandmother was.
for like the 1,000th time what a terrible time traveler we are? We like literally talk to her in the future and we're like, what is like the conversation we're supposed to have? And she's like, you should probably talk about you so you don't seem like a stalker. And we're like, got it. And we time travel back to like do the date over. And then we're like, how about we talk about something that isn't your ex-girlfriend? And she's like, maybe you? And we're like, nani?
So, make us even. Tell me about yourself. Your job, your family, your hobbies, anything.
What a bummer, man. What a bummer dialogue tree this is. I'm nobody, I can't talk about my job, I have no family, I have no time for hobbies. Listen, a lot of people feel this way, or this is true of them, and it's still not the way you would present yourself if you're really trying to come across even remotely interesting on a date. I think the most sane one to say is, like, I have no time for hobbies, because then you could extrapolate other interests, but, like, I know it's not gonna happen.
I don't have time for a lot of hobbies. My job keeps me busy, and getting invested in things is difficult.
Difficult. Why?
It just is.
Come on. Give me something.
I can't talk about my job.
I can't decide if this aura of mystery thing you've got going on is doing it for me or not.
She could at least talk about art, the one thing Amani and Fia love. Yeah, that would be super normal. Like, knowing that we have some idea of the person that she became at some point in the future, we could try to lean on that. But, like, nah, we decide to be, like, an absolute, like, Debbie Downer sociopath. And, like, not even to do cool stuff like solve time travel puzzles, just to, like, suck at conversation. Like, the normal thing that I can do in real life that isn't at all escapism when performed via a video game.
So tell me something. Anything. Then we'll know for sure.
I'm nobody, really.
God, it's such a bummer I have to go through this whole sad sack dialogue. I really hate it.
Not true. For neither you or me. Right now, we're at the top of the world. Anyone in New York looks up, they see us. That makes us the most important people in the city.
That's a really weirdly literal take on that.
So, spill.
I don't have any family.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I never knew them.
Still, it's sad. But it does explain a few things.
Like my fondness for Doritos?
Explains what?
Not yet. Come on. Try a bit harder. Favorite music, book, work of art.
My favorite painting ceased to exist last Tuesday.
They keep changing.
Huh? What do you mean?
Nothing. Never mind.
If you mean...
Oh my god, we're so annoying. We're so toxic and annoying. God, we're so bad. I hope she throws us off the World Trade Center. I really hope she does.
I don't think that's true. I studied this stuff. You have a favorite. I can tell.
That would be a bad... Like, I can't even decide if this is her being a bad time traveler, being, like, a bad, like, romantic partner, or both. But, like, the thing is, like, if all she wanted to do was, like, stop the murder, then, like, yeah, she could easily just, you know, lie her way through it. I feel like there's an implication that she's trying to be herself / honest or whatever, because she, like, actually has feelings for this woman. And sure, fair enough, I guess, but, like, still, like, way to just, like, completely undersell yourself. Like, imagine going into, like, a job interview and acting this way. And I say that because all dates are basically job interviews, and both are one of the worst things I can imagine doing. So, like, they're like, so, what are your strengths? I don't really know. Also, my family's dead. Okay, what is your weakness? Basically everything. I'm human garbage. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? I'm absolutely saying a painting of me, not just because it's funny and sounds a little narcissistic, but, like, it's the only one of these that sounds like a remotely plausible answer to this line of inquiry.
If you must know, it was a painting of me.
Of you?
Silly, isn't it?
Is that why you didn't want to tell me? Please. Nothing to be ashamed of. Darn. Almost done with this. You know what? I'm sure I've seen a similar bottle of wine at a shop near my place.
That was a success? This is one of the most miserable gaming moments I've ever had. Not like the most difficult or the most frustrating, but like truly one of the saddest. Like, it just bums me out to have been part of this conversation, and I somehow feel worse that that was, like, a passing grade. Amani is truly desperate. Well put.
You wanna head over there? It's not far.
Like, how little self-esteem must she have that she heard that half of that conversation was like, yup, let's go. Giddy up.
I promise I won't charge you $15 a glass like they do here.
God, these all sound miserable, but as odd as what will you charge me instead, I think it's meant to be a little flirty. The others just sound depressing again.
What'll you charge me instead?
Oh, I'm sure we
Yeah,
can
see,
think
like
of
a little
something.
flirty, like weird, but kind of
Let
flirty.
me be as blatant as I can be. You, me, my place. Take it or leave it.
Hey, what do you think Nazo's up to right now? God, wouldn't it be so good if, like, we commit to this course of action and we, like, have a one-night stand with Amani, but then, like, we do, like, a hard cut to Nazo eating, like, Doritos at his computer? Don't check with Nazo. Get bent.
That sounds nice.
Nice? Oh, honey, I've been called many things. That's never been one of them. Let's go. Finally, the rain stopped. Isn't it just gorgeous out? I can't believe I was
In another
thinking
few
of
hours,
going
the
to
sun will
work.
rise, and then a grotesque tragedy will occur.
Let's head this way.
I like how she
Any
says
changes
that
yet, Noze?
like a video game character and definitely not like a human being who knows where their own residence is. Let's go this way.
Unclear. The ripples haven't settled yet.
Nico says, you didn't even buy her a drink, you just watched her drink. I feel like at one point there was like some offer of a drink, and I don't think it happened. But then we had the weird flirty thing where instead of buying her another drink, we're going to perform some type of favor in exchange as a barter for wine at her apartment.
Everything's still in flux. I'll keep monitoring.
I bet you will. And my chat, you understand what I'm saying?
Just keep her away from Hannah.
I'll do my best.
I'm sure you will.
Hey, ever see Washington Square Park this time of night?
Is this mugging a
We
clock?
can cut right through. It's just over this way. There it is. You'd think I'd hate looking at those things after being inside them all day.
I'm not sure I like that phrasing.
But when the light hits it just right. Hey, tell me something. What are you feeling right now?
Power thirst. What are these miserable options? Why are we so annoying? Like, can't one of these options just be to, like, try and have an honest emotional reaction? Like, why are we like this? We're so messed up. We're such a broken person.
Any particular reason you want to know?
Not really. I'll go first. Last thing I want to do is put you off. I'm glad you're here.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing. It's hard to explain. It's like I just had a really close call. Maybe you're my good luck charm.
Magic fingers. I think she'll show me the tricks that she knows. This
I
one.
think I may be the lucky one.
You bet your ass you are. Well, anyway, I promised you decent wine.
Decent? I don't remember any mention of it being decent. That feels like a big step up from whatever we were planning.
My favorite shop is this way. Come on.
Wait, you don't actually have the wine yet? Where's this place?
You're kidding me. Who closes on a Monday? Come on, open up. You will open up. Well, this is just embarrassing.
Hold on, allow me a quick crime.
It doesn't matter. Honest.
Maybe, but seriously, who closes on a Monday?
What?
Oh, no! Why did that happen?
Imani?
It's Hannah.
Fia, what happened? Blast it. Activating ERP.
Return to the past now! That was abrupt. Yeah.
Will open up.
Clearly Hannah Tanaka showed up, is what happened.
Oh. Hey, are you alright?
We need to get out of here, now.
Literally said, oh my god, out loud when that happened. It was very abrupt. That is fair.
Huh? What's going on?
No time to explain. We need to leave. Blasted.
I'm gonna be so cross when this is done.
You will open up.
It's not sending us very far back. Normally it'll give us like 20 seconds or 30 seconds or something. Now it's like 4 seconds.
Hey. So, what the hell was that?
Everything's fine.
Fine. You call this... Jesus! You really are my good luck charm. What do we do?
We make a run for it.
Okay. Running. Good idea. To where?
Never mind. I'll think of something else.
Because I don't have a location in mind, the game won't let me commit to that course of action.
Let me think a moment. There's got to be some way out of this.
Sure. I'm not going anywhere.
Now is not a good time.
To contact the guy who has information from the future and, like, perfect information about my surroundings, it's not a good time to contact him? Tree?
As fun as that may be, good cover behind that tree. Hello?
Nozzo, isn't our landing point down that block? That fire escape ladder should still be lowered.
Assuming you can get to it.
Still, it's an option. That's useful to know.
What else we got here? Window?
Hello?
Same hitbox.
That
Trash?
rubbish bin is too small for either of us. Just as well. I've had enough of hiding inside rubbish bins to last a lifetime.
Man, she really got traumatized by being in the trash like one time. I mean, Luke Skywalker didn't make it his whole personality is all I'm saying. Alright.
Alright. We make a run for it.
Okay.
Run to... It probably wants me to do, like, tree first, but I'm still gonna try alley and get shot.
There's an alley down that way, with a lowered fire escape. If we can make it there, we'll be safe.
Okay. Let's do this.
Blasted. Ugh.
Hey!
Oh, interesting. It rewound me to a different point in time.
Hello again.
Huh? What are... Jesus! You really are my good luck charm. What do we do?
Any ideas, Noz?
Still running predictive models, but running in the same direction is not the best strategy. You need to confuse her. Split up, maybe.
That strategy doesn't feel like it makes very much sense to me because they're not trying to kill me. They're trying to kill her. If we split up, they'll just kill her. Like, if we split up, I'm just not able to do anything to keep her safe. I don't like that plan.
We split up. Maybe that'll confuse her.
So one of us still gets shot?
Do you trust me or what?
Okay, this is crazy, but whatever. Who goes where?
You go to the alley, I go to the tree.
I'll take cover behind that tree. You run into that alley. There's a lowered fire escape ladder inside. You can escape that way.
And you know this how?
Doesn't matter. Just move.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like it would go better if I changed angles
okay?
there.
Someone is trying to kill you.
Kill me? What? Jesus! You really are my good luck charm. What do we do?
Any ideas, Noz?
Still running. M managed to get away last time, which is half the battle. Now you just have to worry about, well, yourself. Look around the area some more.
Let me think.
Sure.
I feel like I looked at all the areas and none of these was like a good place. Like, the bench doesn't have its own hitbox that isn't talking to her.
I see no point. That would put me right in the line of fire.
I'm really not sure what we're getting at here.
Good cover behind.
Because, like, it doesn't seem like there's another place I can go.
So one of us, do you trust? Okay, who goes? Never mind. Let me. Sure. Good cover behind.
Like, there's not that many places to go if it's not willing to let me, like, look around or go to a different scene or something. So, like, the game really wants us to split up, which I think is a fairly insane idea. But even assuming that we're on the right track here, like, I don't... Like, tree seems to be the only, like, remotely feasible thing that isn't just, like, stay here. And can we just be clear for a second that we are not in a position where, like, the angle of the gunfire is, like, inhibited by the presence of this bench? Like, we're not safe here. Like, we're hidden now because we're looking at them from a perpendicular angle. But, like, if we're not willing to, like, go to the trash can and we're not willing to, like, break into the store, then, like, there's no other place to go. So, like, if we are supposed to split up, like, I don't get it. And, like, there's no hitbox for, like, over there. So, like, I can't do, like, covering fire or whatever.
I don't see how. As fun as that. All right. We split up. So what do you trust? Okay, who goes?
Like, he says just, like, look around, but, like...
You take cover behind that tree. But what about you? I'll be fine. Just move.
Okay, here I go.
Like, she's gonna get shot, right? Yeah. So, like, those appear to be the only two options that I have. So, how is looking around supposed to provide something new?
Cover your ears?
Cover my what? Jesus! You really... What do we do?
Let me...
Sure.
So, like, the tree's not safe at all, but I can't, like, I just don't have any other options. Like, the only other thing that seems to make sense is what I tried in the first place, was just, like, go to the alley, because that's away from the gunfire. But the game has decided that that gets us both killed. But, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I just, like, literally can't go anywhere else.
Hello? 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 Perhaps an...
Here, give her a bunch of money.
I should only replicate... The multi-tool can transform... That would put me...
Like, the game doesn't even seem to want to give me an option where, like, she goes one way and I try to, like, break into the door, which is still likely to get me killed, but, like, it just provides so few options. Like, I just, like, I don't... Like, this is a thing, like, I really feel like I should enjoy the time loop sections, but, like, it just feels like they want you to fail. Like, it's never, like... There's never, like, narrowing down a bunch of interesting options. It's like everything just gets you, like, dead, and then the game treats you like you're an idiot. Both windows say the same thing. As far as I know, they
Hello?
do.
Hello? Is anyone there? The multi-tool. That would put.
Like, the door gets a slightly different response on the multi-tool, which almost implies that's part of it.
As fun as that may. As fun as.
No, I think the windows are
Perhaps there's a
identical.
That rubbish bin is. As fun as that. The multi-tool.
Put some. Throw away these drugs. No, throw away the drugs. That'll solve everything.
As fun as that may be, the protocols are very.
It does feel like being able to do some kind of covering fire would be a reasonable tactic here. It's also weird that, like, door and window have question marks. But, like, I mean, even, like, the hitbox display doesn't show, like, a brick or something I could use to, like, smash through them without getting close or something.
That rubbish bin. Good cover behind. Alright. We split up. So what do you trust? Okay. Who goes? I'll take cover. There's a lowered fire risk and doesn't matter. Okay.
What in the Matrix hell?
Why? Oh, that stuff makes me insane! I'm literally supposed to fail and then try the thing that didn't work and then magically get new options that weren't provided. Like, this is the stuff I hate about these time loop things. Like, they're not actually about planning, they're just about trial and error. Also, that in no way appeared... Okay, wow.
Really care.
Remember that time we were talking about Fia being in her 30s or 40? I think she's 63. What is this? What's happening here? Also, in no way did I get the sense that the angle at which we were being fired from was, like, directly across the street. The bullets definitely seem to be coming from the right side of the previous screen.
I don't know you. I'm not after you. So you want my advice? Stay there and don't come after me. This is not something you want to get involved in.
How's it looking, Nozzo?
Still spiking like crazy. It's just going to get worse as we get closer to the historical event. There's no way to know if Hannah dies, or Amani, or Yvonne, or all three.
Right then. If I can't rely on history, I'll just have to rely on me. I'm going after her. Stand by.
I'll be here.
Seems like we should have let her get a head start then, huh?
Damn it. A rooftop chase is not what I wanted to do tonight.
I'm really glad that Amani didn't bring the ladder up after her.
You're too late.
I told you not to follow me.
Yeah, and you were shooting at people, so get bent about that.
Now I have to. Why did you have to follow me?
You don't want to do this.
Of course I don't want to do this, but we don't always get what we want. Look, I don't want anyone else involved in this. I still don't. You don't know me, I don't know you. So, last chance. Just walk away.
False, I do know you, idiot.
You don't have to do this, Hannah. You can still walk away.
Not an option. Wait, you said my name. How the hell do you know my name?
I know more than that.
Oh yeah? Like what?
You're a police officer.
And let me guess, you think cops aren't supposed to do this kind of thing?
I really don't like the way you said that. If honestly, that tells me that you're, like, even more of a scumbag than I thought you were. Because, like, yes, objectively, I think it's correct that everyone has a common understanding that cops aren't supposed to do this kind of thing. Whether or not it happens is a different reality than how things are supposed to be. But I don't really know how you go about justifying the stance that cops are supposed to do this kind of thing.
Unfortunately, my experience shows otherwise.
Then you should know better. You don't know me, I don't know you. So...
Hannah,
What? Wait, how the hell do you know?
I know more.
Oh yeah?
You are planning to murder your best friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yvonne Lazzotti, your former roommate. Currently a journalist for the Village Eye. She got too close to the truth and now she's a target.
It's not my fault. She pissed off the wrong people. If it wasn't me doing this, it would be someone else. It sucks that it's me. It's not fair, but it is what it is.
This is going to haunt you forever. Whether you kill her or someone else, it's going to define your whole life. You don't want that, do you?
I don't want a lot of things. You can't fight the system. Might as well fight the whole world. And when it's you against the world always wins. Now, last warning. Out of my way.
These all feel like they get me shot. I'm really not sure how one of these is supposed to not get me shot. Also, I do generally find it kind of annoying. It's like a personal thing, but like I don't love how many of this game's achievements seem to hinge on like doing something perfectly without any of the like retries that like imagine you know it's bad when I'm gonna say something like this. Like imagine like playing Life is Strange, but like all the trophies are for like not using your time travel powers. It's like that's the whole point. Crew, the whole point is that the time travel is like fun and interesting. The fact that you're like punished for like playing the game and not like already knowing how the whole game works feels dumb to me. These all feel stupid.
Please, Hannah, see reason.
You don't get it. I am not going to change my mind.
Huh?
I don't know who that was.
She's not lying. She's never going to change her mind.
Hannah?
Hey, glad you're alive, but doesn't seem to have made a difference. No good deed goes unpunished and all. Should know that by now.
Should I even bother asking how that's possible? Basically, the game is encouraging you to play with the guide. Yeah, I mean, if you care about trophies at all and don't just want to play the game once and then once again with a guide, then like, yeah. Which like, I mean, again, it's like a personal preference thing, but like to me, that seems preposterous.
But I'm holding on. It hurts like hell, but I'm holding on.
Nozzo, what's
You
happening?
probably shouldn't like do that. I tend to like throw up and cease to exist when I look at my past self.
She's paradoxing, and her PFE is failing. We can stabilize her here at HQ. Make sure she keeps her memory at the very least. Get her to the landing point, now.
Who? What?
Where's her mouth keep disappearing?
Shut up. Just shut up. I thought stopping the first would fix it. Wipe the slate clean, but you just can't stop yourself, can you?
We need to go, now.
Go back to that life? No.
You aren't making any sense. How did you get out of prison?
Look at me. I'm a ghost. Or close enough, it makes no difference. Nobody at the tombs could see me. They couldn't even hear me. So I just walked out. And now, my memory's changing. I'm becoming her. 60 years of her. But not yet. I still have time.
What exactly are you doing?
What does it look like? My memories are all jumbled up, but I can still remember one thing, clear as a bell. Doesn't matter what you say, she kills you. Just shoots and walks away. Leaves you for dead in this alley, never looks back. After that, it just gets easier. What are you talking about? Murder, extortion, blackmail. She doesn't stop. I never stop. She just does whatever they ask.
Nozzo, is this all true?
Checking. Yes. A RICO investigation in 2010 uncovered it all. Massive corruption scandal. Hana Tanaka was arrested, along with a handful of other co-conspirators.
A handful. There were dozens of us in every precinct. They made me, her, take the fall. 30 years in prison, and after that, there was nothing.
You'll destroy your whole life. Everything you are. Is that what you want?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm getting the sense yes. That feels like a rhetorical question.
Everything I am is gone. Do you know what her life is like now? No friends, no family. None will speak to us anyway. Living in a basement. Working at a grocery store checkout lane.
Alright, that feels needlessly hostile to people whose job that is.
Just a sad, miserable old lady and a legacy of shame. You know the worst part? She doesn't even regret doing it. Just that she got caught. I can't become that. I won't. I'd rather be nothing at all.
I don't know why there's more dialogue options. I think we all know we're not stopping her, right? Like... Chrono said, "We'll compensate you. Don't worry." I beg your pardon? Who wrote this line of dialogue? What crazy person was like, this seems like a reasonable thing to say when a woman is pointing a gun at her own head via time travel and is waxing poetic about the nature of, like, corruption and the path not taken? They're like, don't worry, you'll get a refund from the time travel company. Dumbest corporate policy of true. Yeah, I mean, nothing has changed about the fact that the whole mission started under false pretenses and we were supposed to, like, sue the daylights out of her to, like, pay for the time tunnel that took us between, like, the 2-month period.
So this is your answer? You're going to shoot yourself?
That woman is not me. Not yet. And it's never going to be.
This feels also like an insane question from someone who doesn't understand what's going on. What about the good you've done?
What about the good you've done? You said it yourself. You put a lot of bad guys away. If you do this, you'll never get it back.
That's the irony of it all. I checked the archive when I felt my memory changing. All those bad guys I caught, still caught, put away by somebody else. I thought I was so damn irreplaceable. Turns out, I made no difference.
Chrono Zen will compensate you. Don't worry.
About that.
I don't know why we would even, like, say that.
Miss Tanaka lied to us on her application, remember? The brass is already planning to sue for fraud.
Yeah, like, we already established this. I have no idea why that's even a dialogue option. It feels like a really stupid dialogue option.
So they're just going to leave her like this?
She can countersue and probably win, but...
Really? We think she would probably win that lawsuit? I sure don't.
It'll take years and astronomical legal fees. I know how this works.
Why does she do this?
It seems remarkable that we've gone this amount of time without the past version of herself trying to do anything.
Because they paid her? Because she wanted to fit in? Because everyone else was doing it?
You told me that was because of the bribes. This is murder.
It was easier than saying no. Each time, it got easier. I thought by stopping her here, the first time she did it, before she got a taste for it. But no, nothing's changed. I can remember it all.
What about your friend Yvonne? Or Imani? With Winera gone, they're no longer a target, right?
She doesn't kill them. Either of them. Yvonne lives, for whatever that's worth.
I thought you'd be happier that Yvonne survived.
Read the room, Fia! You're kind of having the realest existential crisis I've ever seen.
At the cost of so many other lives. When it was just my life? Sure, fine. Fair trade, whatever.
This cold equivalent exchange, we've been over
But
this.
to be disgraced like this, ruined beyond redemption, no. Not fair at all. Better to have died tonight, before it all went wrong.
Don't make me stun you, Hannah.
Please. I read your rule book. You and I both know that weapon won't work against me.
In most circumstances, yes. But you've triggered the Grandfather Paradox Protocol. Supersedes everything else. The weapon knows that. It will fire just fine.
That's some seriously advanced AI. I bet it could even translate the name of Mexican food.
We can still change things. You don't have to do this.
I'm open to ideas, as long as they're quick. I'm fading fast.
I feel like the game's already made it pretty clear that, like, change her mind isn't the way. Get you treatment? Get treatment for what? Like, what would we even... What's the idea there? Like, even, like, in a theoretical sense. Like, what is the thing we would get treatment for? Like, making bad life choices?
We go home right now. Get you stabilized. Keep your memory intact. Then we come back and find a proper way to fix this.
I told you, in my new life, I'm barely scraping by. I can't afford another trip.
We walk away. Just leave her. She's in no shape to kill anyone tonight.
That seems obvious, doesn't it? That was my plan. I have memories of doing just that. But it doesn't work. Getting shot on the job just proves my loyalty. Winera might be gone, but there's plenty more just like him. I get a call, she says yes. The calls keep coming. I keep saying yes. I mean, she keeps saying yes. Damn it. I can't hold on much longer.
Please, I can fix this. Just give me time.
No. This is my bed. I'll damn well lie in it. I want to hate you. You had a second chance. You pissed it away. Made things so much worse.
In fairness, it was kind of her first chance.
You're rotten to the core. But you're me. I can't deny that. That rot was there all along. And now, there's only one way to get rid of it.
Hey gang, what do you think we should do? I have a lot of agency here. I'm just wondering what kind of input I should give the game in this moment. I mean, like, even if I had, like, it just feels like a weird choice. Like, what is it that we think we're accomplishing by, like, leaving, like, super dark murder cop, like, alive instead of, like, letting her future kill herself? I guess we're just mad about the paradox? I don't know, man. We played it a little fast and loose with paradox rules. Well, I guess just to see what'll happen, I'll do the only thing that I can.
I need to do this. Please, let me do this. I'm begging you. Don't let me become... that.
I mean, okay, now that there's apparently actually a choice, I'm kind of curious what chat would do. What do you think you would do in this situation? Like, I feel like if we stun her, just like a bunch of bad things keep happening. I don't know what good that does for the world. Like, I know it's sort of, like, grim to let her, like, suicide via paradox or whatever, but, like, it seems like no good comes from not doing it. Yeah, like, I feel like I'm inclined to miss and let her take the shot. I mean, like, I feel like it's kind of relatable to be like, I don't want to become the absolute worst version of myself. I feel like I've spent, like, at least a decade of my life trying to make that decision every day. And, like, it's hard enough to do it on, like, a normal scale to try and face, like, you know, 60 years of, like, you doing the opposite of everything you would want to do in every situation. Like, that sounds absolutely torturous. So, like, my inclination is definitely miss. It seems like Chad agrees with that. Have fun.
Thought for sure you'd stop me.
Ah, I got these slippery Dorito fingers.
I tried to. I missed.
You missed.
She fired and then she missed. I think we've been over this.
I'm a terrible shot.
Maybe you should practice more. The range over on Essex is a good place for beginners. They know me there. Just tell them I...
Used to exist.
Oh, right.
We're not gonna see her cease to exist?
So what happens now?
Well, you have two choices. Neither of them are good. First choice, we wait. 5 minutes, maybe 10. Without a working PFE, your past will catch up to you. Or rather, your lack of it. You'll just disappear.
I figured as much. What's the other option?
Birthday party. Weirdly enough, that's the other option.
We take you home.
But I don't have a home. Not anymore.
Technically, you do, if you count prison as home.
It's a type of home.
Prison.
What did you think was going to happen, Hannah?
Not so.
It's out of my hands. I'm sorry. The Grandfather Paradox Protocol triggered as soon as she killed her younger self. The authorities were summoned. They're waiting outside. They'll take custody of you right after your quansonic lock procedure.
My what?
Basically, a PFE infusion. Keeps your existence and your memory intact.
How did we develop this technology?
So I'll remember everything? From both timelines?
Yeah.
I feel like we still have this same set of choices, but like she does a bunch of bad in the future if we like take the other option and stun her. Like I still feel like this is better, even though it's horrible.
Everything that happened. It's kept me up at night for decades. I thought it would end. Can I refuse? What if I don't have the procedure?
You'll disappear.
Jesus, what a choice.
It seemed like you were fine ceasing to exist like 2 minutes ago.
I'm sorry, Hannah.
You apologize for nothing. You hear? Nothing at all. I know what I did. I know why I did it, and I know it was worth it. My life, my choice, my consequences. Jesus, look at those towers. They just dominate the city. They felt so eternal, you know? Comforting. Like, we fragile mortals could come and go, but they would still be here. Forever. I'd like to look at them for a while. Could I do that?
How long do you need?
Give me 5 minutes. Maybe 10.
Sure, Hannah.
See you, space cowboy.
Well, that's done.
What a powerful understatement.
Fia, the police are still outside. I need to go deal with that. You good to be on your own for a few minutes?
Yeah, maybe 5-10 minutes. Oh no!
Sure. I'll be fine.
Okay. Stand by, Fia.
I imagine that we're going to have an encounter with Imani, who's supposed to be roughly here on this rooftop. I got the maybe it's better this way achievement.
Hey. Hey. It's good to see you.
I wasn't far. I was just behind the door. Heard voices. Couldn't understand much. But when they stopped, I figured it was okay to come out.
I was humming loudly with my fingers in my ears, so I didn't find out anything about time travel that would complicate this romance that we've been weaving through history.
Everything is okay, right?
Yes. Everything's okay. You're safe now, Imani.
Imani. I don't know anybody who still calls me that.
Sorry.
Don't be. Truth is, I kinda like the way you say it.
Alright, see you in like 40 years or something. I like just saying it again, that's fun.
Imani.
Okay, now you're making it weird. But you know what I really like?
Wine from a store that's closed on a Monday?
The way you saved me. That was pretty cool.
Don't thank me, thank Justice Fruit Pies. And then they kiss.
Okay, Fia, I've handled the police. They...
I literally left you alone for like 90 seconds, dang girl!
So, surely
Happy
then,
Pride Month, everybody!
I can desync for, say, 7 hours? I need confirmation, Fia. Liability and all.
I can wait.
Good enough. I'll resync in 7 hours.
The thumbs up is very good.
Bye.
That's an extremely good use of a thumbs up. The next morning, ooh, awkward. Ooh, September 11th. Ooh.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You awake?
You leaving?
Yes. Sorry.
What time is it?
Around 7:20.
Oh, good. 10 minutes before I have to get up.
Well, I know that feel. That was me this morning.
You have plans?
The daily grind. Gotta get to the office.
Ooh, about that. How about we stay here for another hour?
Your office in the World Trade Center.
That's the one. Need to hit the R train by 8, or I'll never get a seat. But for now...
Hey, Chad, are we gonna hang out on September 11th for fun? I feel like I already tried telling her to take the day off. She might take it better now. I feel like it would be a super weird day, right? Like...
Maybe you could spend the day with me instead?
Spend a day with you? Tempting. I really wish I could. But New York rent doesn't pay itself. You want to meet up after work? Windows on the world again?
About that. Now, it would be difficult to explain, but I just don't think that's going to be an option in, like, 12 hours.
Sure. That sounds sure.
Cool. It's a date. You can make some coffee if you want it, or just make me some. I won't say no.
Ooh, I understand what to do. I have to make her coffee. Very good coffee. Apparently I have to, like, figure out the actual process of using this coffee maker.
For coffee pod.
Which is needlessly tedious. Okay, hold on. Give me, like, several minutes for some reason.
Coffee pod. I'll just take one.
I think I'm gonna take the mug, right? No, I probably need the mug to get the water from the Watson.
Water has no effect on this drug.
I like to think she said that out loud like a normal person. Okay, hold on. I don't think I trust this game to not do something stupid. Okay. So...
I'm not sure what putting that...
Just let me put the drugs in it, you lunatic. Okay, great. Here's a regular cup of coffee. Just like you always wanted.
Here you go, Imani.
Here is the perfectly uncontaminated cup of coffee. Why did you say it like that? That's how I talk normal.
Gimme. Okay, I think I'm ready to tackle the world. I'll just... Give it a few minutes.
Blissfully asleep for the next 12 hours. Didn't we have to mix alcohol with it to have that effect last time? I was just saying.
Imani? She's out like a light.
I swear Liz is staring accusingly at you from behind the stained glass.
Don't look at me like that. What else was I supposed to do? Blast it, Fia. Get a grip.
Can I, oh, the mug is just gone. The mug ceased to exist. Where did the mug go? I was gonna try and put it in the dishwasher, because I thought it was really clever, but now I'm just mystified. Did she eat the mug when she was done? What was it made of? Guess I'll just leave.
I'm heading out now. Sleep well. Okay, moment of truth. Why am I so blasting nervous?
This could be really awkward almost no matter what happens now.
Hello?
The exhibit didn't change, which is a bad sign.
Oh, I'm still... I mean, it's still missing.
Did Fia change after leaving? Well, we're back in our present, which is the future now. After we knocked her out, it's implied that we left 9/11.
Oh, you like that one? It was Roog's last effort before he split off from his creative collective. Most say his work hasn't been the same since. Personally, I agree.
Imani, it's you! You're here!
I'm sorry? Have we met?
It depends on your point of view.
I've studied points of views my whole life.
Art joke.
But I'm not sure I follow.
Sorry. It doesn't matter. Nothing is definite anyway.
It's not?
Sorry, time travel exists. You know that, because it's a known quantity.
No, not as far as I'm concerned. Who knows what may or may not exist from 1 minute to the next? Sorry. I'm not making any sense.
I work with artists. I'm used to nothing making sense.
Try working with time travel.
Oh, you're with Chronos in. Don't tell me. You are from the future?
I'm just here for myself.
Well, I can get behind that. And here I thought you were here to rescue some precious work of art.
No. I wasn't able to do that.
Huh?
It's nothing. Painting with my face on it. Gone now. No big deal.
Your face on canvas. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see your face.
So in this version of history, it exists, but it's not famous enough for a gallery?
We definitely know each other, don't we?
We know each other now?
That's not what I meant. It's like, wait. Oh my blasting God. Time traveler. It's you, isn't it?
Did you sleep well?
Did I sleep well? I slept the entire day.
That was more or less the point. Failure to do so would have had dramatic consequences.
Wow. This is a lot to process. How long has it been? For you, I mean.
11 minutes.
About an hour. You were sleeping when I left.
An hour? It's been 60 years for me.
I know.
I woke up thinking I was gonna get fired. But then, I turned on the news. Do you have any idea how much survivor's guilt I had to work through?
I mean, the alternative is pretty bad in a case like that. 2061, we have a year. Yay, and it seems incongruous with several previously provided dates, including the most recent one, which was 2063, wasn't it? Sorry, not sorry.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I'd do it again.
I get it. It's just hard to know how to feel about this.
Come see, come saw.
I waited for you to call. I waited a long time.
In fairness, I got in touch as quickly as I could, and it only took an hour. It's just, time travel's, complicated.
I thought I'd said something wrong. That I was too eager, or not eager enough, or that night was just the excitement from being almost murdered, or... I never thought time traveler. I mean, why would I? Is that why you were there? To save my life?
Does it matter? I saved you anyway.
It does. To me.
I was there to save someone else, but I couldn't just leave you. Not like that.
I've heard how Chronozen operates.
Not usually, no.
Alright, accidentally right-click. They don't like this sort of thing. Because, nope, they're pretty strict about changing time travel stuff.
So you took a big risk.
Maybe the risk was worth it.
Well, I can't argue with that logic. So, what now?
It's up to you. I saved your life. You can do what you want with it.
When you saved my life, I believe that's exactly what I did. Well, this is more than a little bit awkward, isn't it?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but... What?
You hate to see it.
Imani? No.
Starting to get the sense that one of these last cases is us just gonna be, like, breaking into Chronozen and, like, force fixing her timeline.
Not again.
Oops is fair. Should have bought Oops
Stop
insurance.
blasting fair. How could this happen again? Check the archive, Fia. Remember your training. When all else fails, check the archive.
Sure. Fire destroys priceless Lizzie Nash memorabilia, claims life of great-granddaughter. New York, April 23rd, 2029. A devastating fire at a storage facility yesterday claimed the life of Imani Nash, 48, and destroyed irreplaceable memorabilia belonging to her great-grandmother, the legendary jazz singer Lizzie Nash. The fire broke out in the early afternoon while Imani Nash was inspecting the family storage unit. Despite the swift response from firefighters, Nash was trapped inside and could not be saved. The blaze also obliterated a priceless collection of Lizzie Nash's memorabilia, including rare recordings, photographs, and personal items from her illustrious career in the 1930s. Additionally, several paintings of unknown quality were lost in the inferno. Authorities are urging fans of Lizzie Nash to stay away from the wreckage site for safety reasons, as the area is still being secured and investigated. I like that that's the literal only thing that shows up if you search her.
Died in a storage room fire in 2029. Her life and all the Pie Sycamore paintings destroyed. Again!
Hey, Fia?
I'm fine. I'm not doing anything illegal.
Sorry, Naz. What's up?
I'm here at JV's. You coming?
JV's? Oh, right. Of course. Slipped my mind. I'll be right there.
I'm going to invent a new level of drunk tonight, Nazo. You'll be impressed and horrified.
Okay. See you soon.
There you are, Fia. You doing all right?
Super not bueno.
Couldn't be better. Mix. I'll have whatever he's drinking, please.
One double order of paint thinner coming up.
Coming right up.
You don't even know what I'm having.
I'm living dangerously today. Ugh. Club soda.
Get dumpstered. Should have asked.
With lime. Some of us
You
have different
fool.
standards of danger.
So,
Yeah?
Oh, wow. Look at that. No subtlety at all. Hey, Keith. Thanks for stopping by. We're probably going to be wrapping up shortly. We might get, like, the start of the next mission or something, but you won't be missing too much. Thanks for stopping by.
I have a job for Chronozen.
I had a feeling this would come up. The answer is no.
You don't know what I was going to say.
Imani Nash.
Well, okay, fine.
I know the signs, Fia. I've been where you are.
Is it the cost? I have oodles saved up. It's not like I spend it on much anyway.
That's not why. And you know it.
Come on. I saved her once already. Why can't I do it again?
Saving her was an accidental side effect of completing your main objective, which is how I marked it down on the report. Unless there's another reason why she survived that day. Please don't answer. I need the deniability.
Then what would you ask?
Do we have any other jobs taking us to that time period? I could save her then, as another accidental side effect.
Definitely gonna start looking suspicious if that keeps happening.
All I have to do is stop a storage room fire. Should be easy.
You don't know, do you?
Does she have like a high importance of being dead rating or something?
No, you don't. Or we wouldn't be having this conversation.
No what?
The storage room where she died. It was located in a building owned by NYU, specifically the NYU School of Chemistry.
Hang on.
The fire was caused by a lab explosion on the floor above.
That's absurd.
Oh no. Not...
I'm afraid so. It's the same explosion that Joe Anderson tried to circumvent. I'm sure you remember what happened to him.
It's been a couple months. I think it turned out fine, right? We didn't get a special upgrade for our gun so we could blow him out of history, right? That didn't happen?
all too well. Blast it.
Yeah. You need to let it go.
I'll try, Nos.
Please do more than try.
All right, Yoda.
The brass takes a very hard line on agents going rogue.
Well, when all of their agents die under mysterious circumstances or go rogue, they'll have to become a little more accepting, don't you think?
And I can't lose you too.
You're not gonna lose me, Nos. It was a passing fancy. It'll pass.
Promise?
I can't promise that, but I can promise to focus on the job. Fight the malaise, like always.
Okay, look. I get it. You're presented with all these possibilities. It's only natural to want some of them for yourself.
You're right. Of course. You're right.
I know I'm right. But being right doesn't make it easy. You think I didn't want to break time itself to get back what I lost? But we have to be better than that. We need to be better than that.
Control the chaos. I know.
Good. Speaking of chaos, I could use something a little more chaotic than club soda right now.
Mix, a Shirley Temple.
Music to my blasting ears. Mix, some chaos over here, please.
Coming right up.
Spicy turpentine margaritas all around. A few days later, relative time.
Hey, Fia.
You're chipper today.
You're not gonna believe the client we've got lined up.
Who?
Get over here and find out for yourself.
Another day, another job.
I hope it's someone, like, really depressing and awful. Like, it's probably Amani Nash or someone related to her or something. I guess it can't be her because currently she doesn't exist. Or maybe that changed in 5 days. But, like, I hope it's just, like, I don't know, like, Kenny G's, like, great grandniece or something. He's like, I'm so excited! Like, I don't understand.
No. See that? It looks like some of these news items have chrono-shifted since I last looked.
Oh, let's see. Park Gallery unveils the Mordo Rug exhibit. Is that not the same as the last time we looked at it? This exhibit is dedicated to the works of Mordo Rug, leaves much to be desired. Known for his earlier contributions as part of the groundbreaking art collective, solo works are technically proficient and display strong style but fall short in the raw emotion and vibrancy. I feel like we read this. The pieces, while aesthetically pleasing, lack the depth, blah 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 blah. Despite these rumors, the collection is a polished but ultimately uninspired. I feel like that's the same as last time, wasn't it? Hannah and Me by Yvonne Gupta. Excerpt from Hannah and Me by Yvonne Gupta. It was September 11th of 2001, and the world had only one thing on its mind, but not me. I was a young journalist determined to uncover the truth, but everyone told me to drop the story. But Hannah was more than just a story. She was my best friend. She was a dedicated police officer who was going places. Someone who wanted to fight for victims above all else. I knew that if our places were reversed, she wouldn't stop until she learned the truth. Fair to say. How could I not do the same? For 60 years I tried and am no closer to solving the murder than when it started. So I've finally written this book, not just to revisit the unsolved mystery, but to honor Hannah. This book is my way of giving her the justice she was denied and asking the questions no one dared to. Maybe, just maybe, we could still find the truth. I wonder what changed so that the assassin guy wasn't giving interviews anymore. Otis Knox collection auctioned for $3.5 million. Hey, wait, that's the guy from the book reviews. Is he our client? That tends to be how this works. 70 years after the mysterious disappearance of acclaimed horror writer Otis Knox, a rare edition of his complete works has been sold at auction for $3.5 million. Which seems like an absurd amount for just like a collection of books, even if they're like first editions or something. The sale was conducted by his estate, with Otis' son Nathan Knox expressing regret over the necessity of parting with the collection. It hurts, but I need the money, Nathan stated, leaving fans and collectors intrigued. The enigmatic circumstances surrounding Otis Knox's disappearance continue to cast a shadow over his legacy, adding an eerie allure to the auction volume. It sure sounds like he's our client. Oh my god. Energy drainage from New York. These are our internal corporate team's messages. We picked up some enormous energy drainage from your branch, Nazo. It's stabilized now, but is everything okay? Has anyone heard from Nazo? If anything bad happened to him, the brass would tell us. Correct. He'll be in touch if and when he's ready. Just leave him be. Want to meet up? I have a few days off next week. I'd like to visit some of you. That would be nice, but I'm booked solid next week. Bailey? Same. Ron? If you want to risk a chrono shift while flying on a plane, sure. Never mind. I'll watch the river wall again. That's an interesting thought. You could never, like, safely take any non-land-based travel in this time frame, huh? Park Gallery chrono shifted again. Oh well, easy come, easy go. Anyone ever find out who it was? No, and it doesn't matter. Guess it doesn't. Chrono-locked book. Can anyone recommend a good chrono-locked book? I've been trying to read this Nick Cord biography, but it keeps chrono shifting. Ever read Otis Knox? His whole collection is chrono-locked. Owned it for years. I haven't. I'll give them a whirl. I have $3.5 million to spend. This was just called bored. Just finished a job. Bored. Anyone go anywhere fun? Thought it was your day off. It was. I decided to take a shift anyway. Not much going on. I get it. That does sound bored. And boring.
Lights!
Let's see who the client is.
ID acknowledged. Welcome, Fia Quinn.
But I thought... I mean, what the hell am I paying all this money for?
You were told several times during the review process. This shouldn't be a surprise.
A lack of preparation is nothing new to Chrono's.
Okay, I get it. It's just... there's no way you can make an exception.
What you're asking for is a nostalgia trip. What you applied for is something entirely different. It requires... Oh, hello, Fia. I was just explaining to our client that because of the specifics involved, he won't be joining you on the jump.
Specifics involved?
Let's start from the top. Nathan, this is Fia Quinn.
Hello.
Nathan Knox.
Color me surprised.
And before you ask, yes, there is a relation. Otis Knox was my father.
Okay, literally I just read about this, and even then I can't say anything other than who that be?
Otis Knox. Is he famous?
Okay, that's different. Otis Knox, the horror writer, wrote over 30 best-selling books and then disappeared without a trace 70 years ago. You don't know anything about that.
Sorry.
I thought you said she knew her stuff.
Alternate timelines. I explained this.
Yeah, but my dad had, what did you call it? High timeline ranking?
I would love it if one of these cases, like, gave some more context as to, like, what kind of criteria they use to determine actual importance.
Exactly. Which is why you have to stay behind.
Because, like, importance is subjective, right? Like, what makes it crucial to keep a particular work of art around but not another?
We can't risk any changes to his history.
Okay. I get it. It's fine. I mean, not fine, but I just want to know. More than anything else, I just want to know. If you can do that for me, nothing else matters.
What exactly do you want to know?
I want to know what happened to my father that day. Was he killed? Did he hit his head and lose his memory? Or did he just run away and leave us? It's been 70 years.
Maybe he
to know.
Time traveled and shot his past self in the head. You never know.
If I can't save him, then maybe knowing is good enough.
Your father has a high timeline ranking.
So I've been told. His books weren't even that good.
Sick burn.
Even so, his books were influential, to put it mildly. Tremendously influential. They inspired more adaptations than we can calculate.
None of those are any good either. I'm telling you, that ranking is a mistake.
I've explained this. It's not up to me.
His hands seem very small.
His ranking is what it is, so we can't change his history.
I know. Just don't ask me to like it.
Your father disappeared.
You seriously never heard about this?
I mean, he literally mentioned it within this conversation, so, like, you've already, like, willfully forgot about it. That's not a great look
It
either.
happened on the 4th of July, 1993.
You don't say.
According to Mom, he went for a walk during the fireworks and never came back. It was the top story for months. Mystery on the 4th. Celebrated horror author vanishes without a trace. Everyone thought it was some kind of publicity stunt for his next book. I did too. But, well, it wasn't.
I assume there was an investigation.
Major celebrity like that? Of course there was. But they found nothing. Everyone gave up. Even my mother remarried in less than a year.
We do not like to see that.
Adam was a nice enough guy, but...
He wasn't your father.
No.
So, I assume I'm going to have to tread lightly.
Yes. Observation only. He was last seen at a book signing on the Coney Island boardwalk around 8 p.m. You should have plenty of time to make your way there. Try to find Knox. Don't interact with him. Keep your distance, see what happens, report back. You know the drill.
All right, I believe I'm up to speed. I'm ready when you are.
Mr. Knox, if you could step into our waiting area, I'll keep you updated.
Okay, thank you. This is... well, thank you. Whatever happens, whatever you find out, thank you.
I'm sure that this mission, for once, will finally go off without a hitch. There will be no complications whatsoever. Chapter 6. Pastroland? Or he was obliterated by fireworks. That would be an incredible way to wrap that up, wouldn't it? I like how we were told we would have, like, plenty of time to get to Coney Island. We just get, like, dumped right outside.
Time full successful, Noz.
Blasted, it's hot.
Summer sure hit us all hard, even the time travelers.
Much better.
That is a look.
All clear over then?
She could sure use Monica's beret from the show Friends.
All clear. Wow. Is that the original Thunderbolt?
Yes. Although it hasn't been in operation for 10 years.
Can you open a time tunnel to 10 years ago?
Shame.
There should be a magazine scan in your pocket. Do you have it?
Mystery on the 4th, best-selling horror novelist Otis Knox still missing after months of exhaustive searching. Months after the enigmatic disappearance of famed thriller and horror novelist Otis Knox, the literary world and fans are left grappling with unanswered questions. Knox, known for his chilling narratives, vanished on the night of July 4th, 1993, during the Independence Day fireworks on Coney Island, as per reports from his wife. Despite extensive searches and public appeals, no trace of Knox has been found. The case sparked wild speculation and theories among his readers, with some suggesting life imitating art. Authorities continue to investigate, but as time passes, hope fades, leaving a void in the hearts of those who admired his work. The last confirmed sightings of Knox were by a local shop owner on Coney Island Boardwalk and one of his longtime neighbors. Both individuals, who asked to remain anonymous to protect their privacy, spoke fondly of Knox. "He was a friendly man, always polite, always respectful," said the neighbor. "It was easy to forget he was such a celebrity." Despite their familiarity with the author, neither witnessed anything unusual on that fateful night. While Knox's whereabouts and status may be in question, his legacy is very much not. Over the years, he won numerous prestigious awards for his bone-chilling works, including the Bram Stoker Award for Midnight's Lament in 1981, and the World Fantasy Award for The Vanishing Pier in 1984. The Vanishing Pier feels really ominous under these circumstances.
Is this Otis Knox?
The last known photo of him, taken at a nearby book signing. See the timestamp?
I do. 8:09 p.m. That's 30 minutes from now.
Yes. Plenty of time to get there. I'm sending you the address.
Copy that. I'm on my way.
New location on the boardwalk. Probably should have been doing some more saving there, huh? I think we're good. I think. Say boardwalk at Disco Elysium. So there's like a corpse whose mouth is full of chewing gum or something. Hey everyone, it's 12:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. Do you know where your children are? My mom does. I'm here. Why do I think we're the one to cause him to disappear? I definitely feel like there's some shenanigans. I mean, mostly just because like it's a video game and clearly it's not going to go off without a hitch. I know I said so earlier, but it's not going to happen. For some reason, I really feel like I feel like we're due for an evil time traveler. Like, I feel like we're going to find out that, like, you know what? Maybe we're going to find out that the brass are responsible for his disappearance because they gained something from that, and then we'll, like, find out something about corruption in that whole enterprise. But yeah, so, like I said, I think we are unlikely to be able to stream on Friday. We're definitely not streaming next Saturday or the following weekend, because that will coincide with travel to and from my own 4th of July summer vacation situation. We will be streaming tomorrow for sure. We'll try to make some progress in blueprints. Not entirely sure what that looks like these days, but I don't think we're at the point where we've given up on streaming that just yet. But yeah, so we're going to wrap up tonight's stream now. We'll be back tomorrow with blueprints, and then I'll keep you posted about next Friday. But I'm pretty sure that's there's so much crap to do. It feels insanely optimistic to think I would like be able to manage even a short stream then, as much as I'd like to. But before we can close out the stream, take a look around you. I've filled this room with various delightful plush friends. Among them, I've hidden some number of secret Squirtles. Finding a secret Squirtle hidden amongst them will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. So I encourage you to look around, see if you can figure out where a Squirtle may be hiding, and then call it out in chat and see if you get that good luck. I'm sure we could all use it, especially when things are so hot or whatever. Yeah. Behind Captain Mew in the tiny pirate hat. I'm glad you approve. Boy, oh boy. Being alive and awake is pretty tough, huh? I think we got some pretty good guesses. I think chat's already wound down a little bit, and understandably so. So let's take a look. We got Spider Basket. We got Mew and Espeon. Lorenzo the Lobster. These are all very good guesses. What? Okay. I'm going to say, let's start with our little Poke Doll, Espeon. She's got her little tail. She's got her mind gem hiding back there. is our lovely C flat flat. This is very cute. Not a Squirtle, unfortunately, but an aquatic friend nonetheless. Captain Mew. Made that look really difficult. I'm afraid no Squirtle there this time, but it's our glittery spider friend Cheryl. This is very cute. Again, unfortunately not a Squirtle this time. However, was a guess perhaps inside this spider, who is also a Halloween basket. And yes, I worked very hard to fit the Squirtle in there. That one was not easy to do. We also had a guess behind Lorenzo, our big lobster friend. And indeed, there be a Squirtle as well. Is the theme many leg? Indeed, the theme is many leg. I know I've done it before and it's really straightforward, but I don't know. I've just been trying to rotate through some of my larger friends because they don't fit on the shelf so nice, so it's a little harder to show them off. And yeah, I don't know. Also, Carlos hasn't had a lot of Squirtles with him lately, and I felt kind of sad about that. Because Carlos is a good friend who's always around, and he should sometimes have Squirtles, even though he is not a selfish guy and he's fine sharing and not always being the center of Squirtle attention. But yeah, it's sparkly spark. Sometimes I'll try to conceal clues to the theme among the wrong answers. It doesn't really do anything because by the time you guess, it's. I mean, you've already guessed by the time you find out. But yeah, that is going to do it for this installment of Old Skies. We're reasonably far into the game now, but we get to maybe have an adventure in a theme park with the horror writer. That sounds like that could be a lot of fun. I imagine that someone we meet in the near future of the game is going to be super annoying to deal with because a lot of people in this fictional world are very grating. As I said, we'll be back with blueprints tomorrow. See how much progress we can make there. And yeah, from there we'll have a little summer vacation and then pick up. We'll have some exciting things to do following that break as well. For now, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until I do, take care of yourselves and remember that you are clawsome.